I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I got eyes in the back of my head, I'm seeing. Take me for granted and you know I'm leaving. I'ma take what's mine with the webs I'm weaving. I could take this crowd from seeing to believing. Got a taste for blood and my tongue keeps bleeding. From the words I spit, so sharp, so freezing. So cold, behold, frostbite they feeling. I could take.
Hello, beauties. Hello. How is everyone? What's today? Thursday? Wednesday. Oh, yeah, Wednesday. Donovan, you are supposed to be sleeping. Well, today's Wednesday. I never know what day it is. You guys know that by now with me. I hope you guys are doing really good today. Okay. Why isn't my light working? Hold on. Let me fix my light really quickly. Okay. Back to business. How are you guys doing? I missed you guys. Hey, Georgia girl. Hey, Kix. Hey, Through the Looking Glass with Rianne. Hey, Victoria. Hey, RL. Hey, Aesop. Hey, Mom Dukes. I like that. That's such a cute name. Hey, Nikki. Hey, Stranger Clegan. How are you? Hey, Kix. Hello to everyone. Hey, Sharkbait. That's a cute name. I am so happy to see you guys all here because this is not the usual thing that I talk about, but obviously I try to talk about different things, and we are going to do this every Wednesday. And it's going to be what the fuck topics. Because it's seriously, some of these things literally make you say, what the actual fuck? When I seen this one story, I couldn't wait to share with you guys. And then obviously the racism story about this nurse practitioner is a little bit more triggering. So I will give you guys a trigger warning for that, but I'm not going to talk about that first. I'm going to talk about Brit Barbie first. And this is more or less if you watch TikTok. First of all, if you're new here, my name is Tia Simone. And over on this channel, we do commentary and sometimes makeup. We have a lot of fun over here, so make sure you subscribe. Yep, Wednesday, what the fuck topics, exactly. Like, what the fuck? So, because that's what it is. It's literally what the fuck. But we're going to balance it out here. Yes, we talk about the tragedy pimps and all that kind of stuff, but this channel is, we don't discriminate. We talk about all problematic people and on all problematic, social medias. And mostly the two that I'm talking about is mostly, Brit Barbie is from TikTok. So if you're familiar with TikTok, then you may have heard of Brit Barbie. However, this nurse practitioner story, which is actually really sad, this actually went a little bit viral. Not as viral as it should have been, though, in my opinion. Because if it went really viral, I would have heard about it. And my fiance told me about this. He brought this story to my attention, and I'm happy that he did. It's one of those stories that it's going to piss you off. And we also call out racism. We call out all of these things. It's good to be educated. I've had people tell me that they've learned things that they never knew just from watching me. They've learned things that may or may not be offensive, all those things. So I thank you guys for being here and caring about what I have to say. It really genuinely means a lot to me. So let me know how your Thursdays or Wednesday is going. Mine has been same. The same like every day, but I'm blessed. I'm very blessed. So let's get started here. You guys are pretty much love this channel and all the beautiful people. Well, we love you, Kicks. You're amazing. All of you guys are amazing. I'm very, very blessed to have you guys as supporters, and I appreciate every single one of you. So the first thing that I'm going to tell you guys is, one, I am not going to talk badly about this young lady because she's my son's age, probably. When I went and Googled what her exact age is, it doesn't say her exact age, but I'm guessing that she is probably between 18 and mid-20s, early mid-20s. But you never know. She could be older than that. But regardless, I have a son who's in his 20s, and it just doesn't feel right to sit here which we don't do that on this channel anyway. But there are a lot of things that are questionable about this young lady that I want to talk about. So I don't know how many of you guys watch TikTok. I've been watching TikTok a lot more lately, and I'm going to be uploading a lot more content, more vlogs, things like that. So I've been really loving TikTok lately. Okay. So I see why everybody loves TikTok, because it is very, very funny. You see a lot of funny skits on there. I love the couples who do the skits and all that kind of stuff. It's really cute. And I'm going to start doing more things like that on TikTok. But when you start scrolling in TikTok, you start seeing some very, very crazy things. And people aren't lying when they say that it's not necessarily easy to go viral on TikTok, but the majority of the people who do go viral on TikTok, you're questioning why. And the people that should be going viral aren't. That's what bothers me about TikTok. TikTok is problematic within itself, and we will talk about that one day, because there's a lot of things about TikTok's algorithm that's very off, especially with Black people. But that is a different story for another day. We will definitely get into that though. But I do want to talk about Brit Barbie. So let me bring something up here. And you guys can tell me what you think about this particular song. Brit Barbie is, I don't even technically know where she's from. Sorry, I don't. But she blew up on TikTok probably about 2 weeks ago. And she is now famous. She went viral for a song. And I want you guys to hear the song first. As I told you guys, I do not know where she is from. She may have talked about where she's from. If she did, I don't know. But regardless, I want you guys to hear this song and you guys let me know what you think about it, okay? So let me bring this up really quick. Yeah. Not that one. Hold on. Sorry, guys. Okay. So let me share my screen here. Okay, so this is Brit Barbie. And I'm going to let you guys listen to the song really quick before we get into this discussion, okay? So let me know what you guys think.
Brit Barbie. Period I, period 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 Brit Barbie. Period I, period 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 Brit Barbie.
Okay. Sorry if that was echoing, but I'm going to let you hear another song too. It's a couple songs that she came out with. This is actually, she just came out with a new video. So she's doing really good now, you guys. And there's a lot I have to say about this because I'm not only saying what the fuck, but I'm also saying why would anybody support this? Okay, including, and this is something where I'm coming from as not only being half Indian, biracial, whatever you want to say, but being a Black woman. I have a problem with Black people supporting this, and I'm going to tell you why. So let's continue with some of her other music. Here's another TikTok of hers. And the reason why I want to show you guys recent TikToks is because I also want to show you TikToks where she has TikToks that she's done in the past. Okay. Because they're completely different from how she is now since she went viral. Okay. And she is almost her whole personality and everything has changed. Now, listen, I had a problem with Bad Baby going viral. I had a problem with Bad Baby becoming famous from this whole stereotypical Black woman. Okay. However, I'm not going to say cultural appropriation because just like Lovely T.I. said, who is one of my favorite creators, not every Black woman is like that. However, if you are ignorant, you will think that every Black woman is like that. Okay. With the long nails, the long curly lace front, blah, 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 blah. Do your thing, boo. She's feeling herself. Girl's feeling herself. Okay. But regardless, this is not okay. And people need to stop supporting things like this. Okay. So let's watch this TikTok. I just want to rock. I just want to. God damn, YouTube will freaking demonetize me if I play. Hold on. It has to be her songs. So hold on 1 second here because I cannot have. Well, I could probably just put it on mute. Whatever. So hold on. I'm going to find her new video that she just made. I don't think it was like that recently, but she definitely blew up off of this. And now she's probably going to be the next, rap artist or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So let's listen to her, new video. Okay. What is that? For goodness sakes, TikTok, give me a break.
Bag secured, period. They hating, they mad, they furious. This dress from Fashion Nova, just in case you curious. This bag is serious. The math, delirious. Them haters are hearing it.
So that is the beginning of her new video.
Bag secured, period. They hating, they mad, they furious. This dress from Fashion Nova, just in case you curious. This bag is serious. The math, delirious. Them haters are hearing it. Them Come my Barbie. Come up.
Get the fuck out of here, bro. Like, dude, you get the fuck out of here, bro. Like, for real. Get the fuck up out of here, bro. All that shit. Move around, bro.
Come my Barbie. Come up.
We're not done yet. Let me show a couple more of her videos so you guys can get a good idea of why things upset me the way that they have been with this young lady.
Brit Barbie. Period. Bag secured, period. They hating, they mad, they furious. This dress from Fashion Nova, just in case you curious. This bag is serious. The math, delirious. Them haters are hearing it. Them checks, I'm clearing it. Okay, go. I said this bag is serious. The math, delirious. The haters ain't hearing it. The checks, I'm clearing it. Period. Brit Barbie. Brit Barbie. Period. Bag secured, period. They hating, they mad, they furious. This dress from Fashion Nova, just in case you curious. This bag is serious. The math, delirious. Them haters are hearing it. Them checks, I'm clearing it. Okay, go. I said this bag is serious, the math delirious. The haters ain't hearing it. The checks, I'm clearing it. Period. Brit Barbie. Brit Barbie.
Okay. Hold on, you guys. I forgot to get my backdrop. Yeah, I don't even know what to say. I like the beat. I like how she's feeling herself. That's great. But there are some things that I need to get straight here before there's a couple more things that I do want to show you guys before I continue on with this. So hold on, let me make sure that I can find it really quick. Hold on. Talk amongst yourselves. So what do you guys think of this song? How about that? Okay. What song is that? Okay.
Catch me outside, but I bet you won't win. I'm the female Eminem. My name's not Slim. Not to be. I'm the female Eminem. My name's not Slim. Not to be shady, but I'm not like them. You can call me bad baby, but baby I'm a 10. You can catch me outside, but I bet you won't win. I'm the female Eminem. My name's not Slim. Not to be. I'm the female Eminem. My
Brit Barbie,
Hey girl.
you have been making quite the name for yourself. But I'm here to remind you who was here first. You drop one track and you think you're the shit.
What?
Here's a chair, babe, I advise you to sit. Cause I've been the queen of rap, I know it's hard to admit. But I'm the OG, you the counterfeit. Running all these meet and greets, like who even are you? Your only claim to fame is period I, period ooh. I can't believe this girl thinks that she's a real rapper. Babes, we all know your fans are all paid actors. If you really think you got it, let me hear what you got. If your bag really secured, then let me see what you bought. Don't be scared to hit me back, cause you know you got caught. I always throw punches, baby, never cheap shots. Brit Barbie,
Hey girl.
you have been making quite the name for yourself.
Hold on. There's a lot that I want to show you guys because I need you to get the idea of what this young lady is doing. And she's young, you know what I mean? She's very young. And I don't think that she realizes, even though there have been a lot of people that have went on her live stream and have told her, please stop appropriating Black culture. You are appropriating Black women. And there's been many people who have put her on blast. And it's, she's not listening. I'd be feeling myself too if I blew up in this way. You know what I'm saying? She blew up. She has a video coming out. She did a meet and greet. She is between the ages, I Googled to see how old she is. She is in between the age of 18 to early mid-20s, okay? I've Googled everywhere to try to search how old she is. And like I said, she's young, so I personally think that when you're young, you're trying to find yourself. She's feeling herself now. She's getting paid. you can't deny that she's not getting paid, you guys, because if she wasn't getting paid, she wouldn't be having these meet and greets. She is getting paid. When you go viral and you start having brands reach out to you, and then you're making your own videos, you're starting to get to that status. And I think that she is to that status because a lot of people went to her meet and greet, and I will show you guys that too. So that's the problem that I have with social media as a whole, but also Black people. Okay. So let me show you a couple other things, and it just kind of shows you more how the things that she continues to do. Okay. The video that I showed you with her, obviously in the yellow shirt, rapping or whatever, that's the video that went viral. Okay. It went viral with the long nails, and her whole personality, everything about her has completely changed. And also, almost even when she first started it was like she was faking a disability as well. So let's.
Brit Barbie finally released her track. You always answer when the queen calls.
I don't do the internet, baby, send the ad. You do the Walmart version of the living mad. You wouldn't even know you if you didn't add me. Now I'm gonna show you who's your mom and daddy. Even if you were the queen, you would have been the throne. When's the last time anybody sing your song? I had a meeting and the line was long. I think someone should tell you that your time is gone. You're a TikTok rapper, a real non-factor. One thing about my kids, they ain't paid actors. You're hustling backwards, dissing on me. It's giving hater, not OG. I'm the female Eminem. My name's not Slim, not to be shady, but I'm not like them. You can call me bad baby, but baby I'm a 10. You can catch me outside, but I bet you won't win. I'm the female Eminem. My name's not Slim, not to be shady, but I'm not like them. You can call me bad baby, but baby I'm a 10. You can catch me outside, but I bet you won't win.
Who won? Brit Barbie finally released her track.
My bad, you guys. I accidentally pressed the wrong button. I'm going to go ahead and say the other girl won. What do you guys think? But see, here's the thing too. And I think a lot of people get this misinterpreted too. I accidentally pressed the wrong button and it knocked me off. But with Eminem, okay, and here's why I love Eminem. Okay, because Eminem does not appropriate Black culture. Okay, there were some things that came out about Eminem back in the day when he had first started, but let me tell you something about Eminem. Eminem has done more for Black people than a lot of rappers who are Black have done for the Black community. Okay, Eminem doesn't just talk about it, he is about it. You know, it's not about, you don't just talk about it, you be about it. And that's Eminem. He does a lot for the Black community. Okay. And Eminem, it's funny to me how a lot of white rappers or whatever, because it is Black culture, hip hop culture, they try to compare themselves to Eminem. It's very hard to compare yourself to someone like Eminem because to me, he's different. Okay. He is not the type of person who just sits there and talks about things that I don't necessarily like some of the things that he raps about or even in the past, but he does a lot for Black people. Okay. And he does not appropriate. He's not out here trying to act different and act like he's somebody that he's not. That is just who he is. But once I show you who this girl was and when she first started, like I told you guys about Maybay, and I stand firm with this, even though I truly believe that Maybay, she was adopted by a Black family. So she grew up predominantly around Black people. Okay. So I can understand why Maybay is the way that she is. However, I still truly believe that if Maybay wasn't the way that she is, she wouldn't be where she is. There is something about not all white women, I'm not saying that, but there is something about when it comes to white women when they decide to be in rap or whatever, and Bad Baby is the perfect example. They will blow up, okay? They will blow up because of appropriating Black women and your whole ignorant stereotype of what you think all Black women are like, okay? They will blow up off of that. But then you have Black people still to this day on TikTok who can rap, who can sing, who are literally so fucking talented and will not ever go viral like this young lady did. And it comes to Black people. Black people do better. Okay? Do better, because someone like this should not have went viral. And the fact that there are the majority of people, including celebrities, okay, including celebrities, and I'm talking about celebrities who are tied to people like Beyonce. Beyonce is their mentor, Chloe Bailey. Can you guys hear me now? Can you guys hear me? Let me know if you can hear me, you guys. We're just going to have a whole bunch of problems today. Good? Okay. Hold on.
Period, 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 period. I know you fucking lying. I thought it was a little jokey joke, like a little kiki, but what the fuck? Be fucking for real. Period, 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 period. I know you fucking lying. Period, 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 period.
Okay. So we're going to have to start all over again because you guys can hear me, and I apologize for that. But here's the thing. Here's what we have to talk about here. Okay, so it is very easy for people to sit here and say, oh no, we're not going to talk about this again. Black appropriation. Don't even start, Tia, with that bullshit. I will always speak up when it comes to this stuff. Okay. That's what I do. It's what I was raised to speak up. These are the type of things that needs to be spoken about. And there are some people who don't want to hear it. Sorry, that's not my problem. Okay. If you don't want to hear and be educated and learn about things like this, then you're in the wrong place, because I will always call out ignorant stereotypes. I will always call out racism. I will always call out racial microaggressive behavior, all of these things. Okay. And yet, let's just say someone like Maybe for an example. Okay. You guys remember when I was talking about Maybe. I do truly believe that Maybe grew up in Black culture. Okay. I truly do believe that. However, I still don't believe that Maybe would be where she is if it wasn't for the way that she acts. Okay. And it is what it is. You know, there is something that people gravitate to when it comes to white women who act like this whole ignorant stereotype of Black women. And Bad Baby is the perfect example of it. Okay. That girl is rich off of appropriating Black women and the whole ignorant stereotype of Black women. Okay. It is what it is. But ultimately, I don't understand why, when it comes to this type of, when this happens, we, Black people, are the ones who uplift this type of stereotypes. Okay. Let me tell you something. The people who came to her meet and greet, the majority of people who went to her meet and greet were Black. But then you have people on TikTok, okay, Black women, Black beautiful women that can rap better than this girl, that can sing better than this girl. So much talent, it's sickening. And they will never make it viral like this girl. And that comes to Black people. Do better. Do better with supporting and uplifting your culture. Okay? That is the problem when it comes to this whole uplifting and this type of ignorant stereotype that people think Black women are. I'm not going to call it appropriation, because not every Black woman has long nails. I like long nails, but I don't have long nails. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Not every Black woman, excuse me, talks with slang. Some do, and that's okay, but not every Black woman does. Not every Black woman wears lace fronts either. Not every Black woman. Okay? Not every Black woman is like the ignorant stereotype of what this young lady is doing. But you can't blame her, can you? Okay? Because she blew up. You can't blame her because of that. You can't blame the girl that she's feeling herself. She's young. She's trying to find herself. And unfortunately, this is working for her. So you're going to do what works for you. It doesn't make it okay, but it still is what it is. So that is the problem that I have when it comes to this. No way should this young lady have went viral. No way. I don't think she went viral because she's good at rapping. More the opposite. I think she went viral because of her whole demeanor. Okay. The way that she is talking, the lashes, the long nails, the way she wears her hair. That's why she went viral. Okay. That's why people like her. Not necessarily because of the rapping. No. But it's more or less her whole aesthetic. That's why she went viral. I know who Tay is. It's the aesthetic. Exactly. It's not, she didn't go viral. I understand that she didn't go viral because of the way she raps. It's the whole aesthetic, but it still doesn't make it okay. Okay. She shouldn't have went viral at all. At all. I'm very familiar with Tay Money because TikTok likes trash dumpster fires. Exactly. And I'm not going to say horrible things about this young lady because see, she's young. However, I will say that there are a lot of people who are trying to tell her to be herself. And I will show you how she was completely different when she first started, okay, on TikTok. But there are a lot of people who are trying to tell her, look, you're going to go further if you just act like yourself. You're appropriating Black culture, doing these types of things that this is not right, you know? And well, I'll show you her response. Okay. It's the encouraging of it is the problem. Exactly, Rian. I always think, what do they say in 20 years' time when they're receptionists? Oh, yes. How days when I was famous for period. I'm so glad you're speaking on this. She is not disabled and acting differently isn't okay. Yes. So another thing that she was doing is that she was almost pretending as though she was disabled in the beginning. Like, you guys will see her whole personality was completely different in the beginning of when she started. And I'm going to show you guys. So let me pull this up here.
Period. 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 That's Brit Barbie that went viral for that video. Now, she pretends nowadays that she has some type of disability or fakes as if she does. So here's that.
Hey, you guys, I went to Dollar General and I found the cutest things. Guys, my Amazon wish list is linked in my bio. It's linked in my bio, guys.
And in fact, she does not have no speech issue, speech problem, or nothing. Just listen.
So this little girl in my neighborhood decided to comment on my TikToks. Okay, y'all, so I got a haircut, and I thought it was cute or whatever, right?
You definitely hear the difference, right? Gets me so mad because I have a disability. I have highly functional autism. So for her and other people like her on this app to do that for gifts, money, views, followers is crazy to me. People just need to grow up for real.
God bless him. I will be linking him I'm going to try my hardest not to forget. I will be linking him in the description. He has really good content. I checked him out. I follow him now, and I think it was very courageous of him to call this out. This young lady knows what she's doing. And here's the thing. Don't just be outraged because she's faking a disability. That just adds to the problem. Not only was she faking like a speech impediment, but now she's also faking a whole persona. This young lady is pretending. You guys see how different she's talking? Not only the speech impediment that she was pretending and capping to have, but also the fact that she's talking with a slang. She's trying to talk as though, I don't like to say Black, she's trying to talk as though she is from and knows about Black culture, and she doesn't. She's using it to her advantage. So here's the thing. People need to be outraged over both. There is no pick and choose here. Okay, that's another problem that I have. People won't be outraged over her culture appropriating, but you'll be outraged that she's faking a disability. No, be outraged all the way around because it's wrong. Period. All of the things that she's doing. And I think obviously she knows exactly what she's doing. So I can't give her too much leeway here just because she's young. You don't do things like that. And you know better than to do things like that. I have seen people be more outraged that she's faking a disability. No, be outraged at both. You can equally be outraged over both things, not just one or the other. I've seen that. People, oh, she's young, blah, 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 blah. But no, don't fake a disability. No, don't get it twisted here. Don't fake anything. Don't fake like you are familiar with Black culture, because you obviously aren't. Because if you were, then you wouldn't be acting like this. Okay? But it's working for her, so she took off with it. She went viral. It didn't work with her whole speech impediment. So then she went viral off of culture appropriating. She's not so young that she shouldn't know better. Exactly. And especially, she doesn't have a disability, Savannah. Especially because at the end of the day, you know exactly what you're doing. You know what I mean? And there are people, which I will show you guys in a minute. My 6-year-old knows better. Thank you, Through the Looking Glass with Rianne. My 12-year-old knows better. You know what I'm saying? But then you have this whole thing where people are trying to help her. They're trying to tell her, please quit, acting like this because it's wrong. Okay? You are lightweight appropriating, not even lightweight, you're appropriating Black culture, Black women, because of this whole stereotype, and all you're doing is perpetuating that stereotype. And she's proving that when you perpetuate that stereotype, it works because she went viral, right? So my son has speech issues. I've worked with children that have actual speech needs. I don't get how people support this crap. It's wrong. And it's very, very obvious here too. Very obvious. She doesn't have a disability at all. If she had a disability, then I would be like, oh, but when you have a disability, you can't just switch it on and off. If you have a speech impediment, you can't just switch it on and off. My little guy, 6-year-old, has a speech impediment. Okay. And he goes to speech therapy. He works with it, and we work with him. But regardless, it's not an on and off thing. You either have it or you don't. Okay. So let me don't worry about, don't acknowledge Kai or whoever that person is at ASAP. They're not even worth acknowledging. If they continue, just block them. Okay, so it's truly gross that she will probably make thousands when there's amazing Black women that are truly talented. Yes, absolutely. That's the problem that I have. That's my issue. There are a lot of talented Black women out there, especially on TikTok who have such beautiful voices. I can sing, and I wouldn't make it viral like this young lady. You know what I'm saying? It's sad. It's very, very sad. You know how many rappers are way better than Bad Baby? That was her age, and she gets famous off of Cash Me Outside. How about that? Like that. Come on now. Okay. I will never understand people. I never will. I just never will. Okay. So let me hold on. Show you a couple more other things here.
Come on, come up, come on, come up.
How about we don't give clout to someone that faked a blotchant and fakes being disabled clout? Just saying.
Come on, come up, come on, come up.
Period, a trend by TikToker Brit Barbie. People have so-called fell in love with the song and have since been remixing the trend. And although Brit Barbie's following has grown significantly since, some people are saying that she's possibly faking a disability that she doesn't have. A TikToker recently went into detail about her impaired speech. Watch this. I hate it.
That's Brit Barbie that went viral for that video. Now, she pretends nowadays that she has some type of disability or fakes as if she does. So here's that.
Hey, you guys, I went to Dollar General and I saw which list is link in my bio. It's link in my bio.
And in fact, she does not have no speech issue, speech problem, or nothing. Just listen.
So this little girl in my neighborhood decided to comment on my TikToks. Okay, y'all, so I got a haircut and I thought it was cute or whatever, right?
You definitely hear the difference, right? Gets me so mad because I have a disability. I have highly functional autism. So for her and other people like her on this app to do that for gifts, money, views, followers is crazy to me. People just need to grow up for real.
Make a video to my song. I'm duetting people. Go make a video to my song, you guys.
We are not amused, are we? Something about faking a disability just don't.
Make a video to my song. I'm duetting people. Go make a video to my song, you guys.
Happen, but deflection isn't what works. It's just accountability. And you know what? When you made that video saying that people didn't like you and it hurt you, I felt that. So you can do this all you want. Is easier because my 5-year-old knows that mistakes happen, but deflection isn't what works. It's just accountability. And you know what? When you made that video saying that people didn't like you and it hurt you, I felt that. So you can do this all you want. Is easier.
Yeah, I know I was muted. I was pulling up this video. There's a lot of videos where people are trying to tell her, okay, that I want you guys to see. There are videos where people are trying to explain to her how she is culture appropriating and she's just not getting it. Okay, or she is getting it, but it's working for her. As you've seen, she was mocking the woman who was trying to tell her, look, you need to stop doing this. You are appropriating. You know what I'm saying? And people are trying to tell her. I think it's important for people to see that it's not being ignored by everyone. People are actually going, because she goes live. She goes live on TikTok, and people are actually going on her live, and she'll invite people up, and they will tell her, look, be yourself. This is not how you acted in the beginning. We all seen how you acted, and now you're acting completely different. Be yourself and you'll go further. Do not be ignorant and appropriate Black women in this way. All you're doing is continuing to perpetuate that negative stereotype of Black women. And she just pretty much does what she just did on that live stream. So I'm going to show you guys a couple more videos here.
Funny. Yes, but not funny. Haha. Funny weird.
Bag secured, period. They hating, they mad.
Right, because another white girl culturally appropriating is exactly what everyone wants.
Bag secured, period. They hating, they mad.
Right, because another white girl culturally appropriating is exactly what everyone wants.
And this is not just Black people, you know what I'm saying these things. It's also white people too. I got to give a shout out to, a lot of the, white creators on TikTok who that's what Black people need. It's very, very important to have allies, you know what I mean? Especially from white people, because people will listen, things like that. So I do want to give a shout out to a lot of the white TikTok creators. Not that it matters, but it does matter. You know what I'm saying? It matters that people are standing up and saying, hey, this is not right. This is not right. And it's not just Black people doing it. It is also white people. It's also Puerto Rican people. It's also Asian people. Do you understand what I'm saying? That is amazing to me. And I was happy to see that on TikTok. Is it enough? No. However, I do commend, just like this young lady, this beautiful young lady sitting there saying, like, we don't need this. We don't need this. However, you guys see in the video she's making with her little fur coat on, she's feeling herself. She's cute, but you don't have to act like a certain race if that's how you want to look at it, or a certain stereotype. Just be yourself. It does matter. This girl is doing something absolutely disgusting. I agree. I'm saying it matters. Don't get it twisted now. Obviously it matters. Otherwise I wouldn't be talking about it. I'm saying it matters that there are a lot of not just Black creators, not just, Black people saying this. There's white creators talking about it that are standing up for what's right. And I commend that. I think it's amazing because you don't see that often. After the first Black person said, hey, this is offensive, that should have been it. I agree. You're right, Rianne. I was told I was appropriating Black culture since I had to get multiple brain surgeries that thinned my hair and caused bald areas. Started wearing human hair lace fronts and extensions. I don't agree with that, Jill. Everybody wears lace fronts, from the Kardashians. Okay. There are white women who do tutorials about lace fronts. So that's just somebody who's being ignorant. That's not true. That's the problem. No, I wouldn't say that at all. Like, everyone wears lace fronts. Everyone wears extensions. Okay. And it's not just Black people. So I'm sorry that was said to you, but that's not true at all. And whoever said that to you, that's coming from a place of ignorance. So let me show you a couple more here.
In the midst of Halle Bailey receiving much backlash for being casted as Ariel in Disney's live-action version of The Little Mermaid, Brit Barbie is making rounds on the internet off her period video. So many people have shared Barbie's image, prompting her to make an actual song and helping her grow a large following. Even Halle's sister Chloe got in on the fun. Here's the issue. Barbie's video and subsequent song is a caricature of Black women. How many times have Black folk complained about others profiting off or being disrespectful towards their culture? And now Barbie is here thriving from a saying and a look popularized by part of the Black community. Meanwhile, Halle can't be a mermaid. Lord. In the midst of Halle Bailey receiving much backlash for being casted as Ariel in Disney's live-action version of the...
This is actually one of the best comparisons that I've seen, because I really like the way he did this, because I did do a video about Halle and her being casted as the mermaid and all of the things, the horrible memes that people were putting up about her. It was so bad. I will link that in the description. It was so bad. People having Newports next to Halle, and oh my gosh. Ugh. The disgusting things that were said about this. And that's, I think he made probably the perfect point here that the problem is when it comes to we as Black people, we have to do better. Okay. We do. We have to do better, and the things that we choose to support, because you can't in one breath, because it becomes a hypocrisy. You cannot in one breath get mad at things like this happening to Halle Bailey, a beautiful woman who can sing her ass off, okay? She is perfect for The Little Mermaid, and people were pissed, okay? Pissed because she got casted over a mythical creature, okay? People were pissed about that, saying that their childhood was being ruined. But then you have, on the other hand, on TikTok, Black people supporting this young lady. It's not as though you can't support her, but don't support her while she's literally mocking your own people and using that to her advantage. That's the problem that I have. That's the only problem. You can rap, go ahead and rap, but you don't have to have the long nails, which you never had, and the long lashes like you never had. The hair, like you're doing too much, sweetheart. You don't have to do that much. Just be yourself and rap and carry on. You know what I'm saying? But I don't blame her for continuing, because if she's getting support and she went viral, why would she stop? She's young. Yeah, she should know better. She should know better, but she's not going to. When you start seeing dollar signs, you guys, greed makes you do some things that you probably would not normally do. I mean, the original Little Mermaid gave her approval and blessing to Halle. I know, but people were still like the memes, like they were horrible. I felt so bad for Halle, because imagine going through that, such a beautiful moment, being mocked and made fun of, and people bringing up slavery. It was horrible, okay? And it's something that she did not deserve. Halle did not deserve that, because she's a beautiful woman that can sing, like I said. And at the end of the day, that's all that matters. That's all that matters. You're mad because she's a mermaid? She's going to be a mermaid? Are you serious? No. That's a fictional fucking character. If she truly wanted to rap for the music, she would have dressed the same as she always did. She knew what she was doing. It's disgusting. I agree, Rianne. I try to give people the benefit of the doubt no matter what. And all I'm saying is, there's nothing wrong with rapping. There's nothing wrong with loving hip hop and rap and the culture. I get it. But you don't have to go to these extremes. And the only way I give her the benefit of the doubt is that she's young. But then when you have people coming on your live streams and you have people making videos saying, hey, this is wrong, maybe it's time to take a step back and say, you know what, I'm just going to be myself. Because you're going to get further by being yourself anyway, right? It's not always easy to be yourself, but it's necessary, right? Especially if social media is something that you want to make a career out of, you need to be yourself. And I really, truly believe you'll go far doing that. But when you're acting like someone else, that's only temporary. When you're trying to act, and perpetuating all these negative stereotypes, that's only temporary. You're only going to get so far. And then people are going to start looking at you like a joke. My bad, chat. I didn't understand why she was saying period, period. So she's mocking those words, because those are words the Black culture says. Am I getting it right? It's more or less her aesthetic, Ari. But the song, yes, just her whole aesthetic in general. I think that's more of the issue here. But, the rapping, I'm not necessarily, rap, do your thing, but it's more of her aesthetic and the way that she looks, the way that she's talking, the way she's completely changed her whole demeanor, her whole personality, having this persona for this negative stereotypes against Black women is, I think, the big issue here. I turned you on, and the first thing I saw was that girl acting like a fool. I only saw a second of it and was disgusted. How do people stand behind that? I agree. I agree. I don't think anybody should be okay with this. You know what I'm saying? Not just Black people, you know, white people too. So like I said, there's a lot of creators who have called this out of all different races, and I think that's amazing. I do. I really do. Where are her parents? That's all I can think. I would beat my child up and down our streets. Well, see, here's the thing though. I think she's older. I know she looks young to you guys, but I don't think she's as young as you guys think. Like I said, she's in I've Googled it. If anybody else can figure it out, I don't think she's ever said her age, but I did Google it and it says she's between 18 and 20s. That's all it said. Yes, she was either row. She was built for Disney. Her voice is perfect. Her voice is perfect. Let me see here. I agree, Victoria. It's very appalling. It's horrible. It's horrible. But most of the reason why I wanted to commentate on this it was because Black people, let's just do better, okay? This is not something that needs to be supported, period, but especially from Black people. That's just my opinion. There's so much talent out there, and that's one of the problems that I feel like happens with Black people as a whole. We don't support each other enough, but supporting this is absolutely ridiculous. And I'll show you guys one last thing here. So my favorite creator here on YouTube, she is my favorite creator. She's amazing, and it's Lovely T.I. She did a video about this a few weeks ago, and I remember watching it and took note because I do always look up the things that she talks about, and sometimes I may talk about it. Sometimes I may not. We're very opinionated, Lovely T.I. I'm very much like her. A lot of my opinion aligns with hers. Not always, though. And she's just my favorite creator, and I like what she said. So let me show you guys. Hopefully she won't strike me, but I don't think she will. She's not like that. Lovely T.I. is literally the best. She's another reason why she is the perfect example of how I say that Black creators here on YouTube, it's harder for us to thrive here on YouTube. She has literally been at 900K for almost 2 years, you guys. A long time. It's almost like YouTube will not let her hit 1 million. It is the weirdest thing. It's the weirdest fucking thing. So she does. She has a very baby face, Asher. She has a very baby face, but she's not. I think she's in her 20s. I think she lives on her own, you guys. I don't think she's as young as people think she is. Her age is going to come out eventually, and you guys are going to be like, oh, damn. I'm telling you, she's older than we think. You are your superpower. No one can ever be you but you. That's why you exist, to go against that fact. Existing amongst the living. Does existing to live unalive make sense? Hell no. So be you, please. Yes, either row. 100%. Yeah, she definitely has that very, very baby face, but I don't think she's young. I swear, when I have been watching her, it looks like that is her own apartment. I'm not joking. You know, we can't underestimate that. Just because she has a baby face does not mean she's not old. You know what I'm saying? People always mistake me or my fiance for being, in our mid to late 20s, and we're not. So okay, let me bring this up real quick. Okay, let me share my screen.
supporting foolishness. Child, Brit Barbie.
It is okay to be so stressed and overwhelmed that you feel like you need to talk to someone about it. And by that, I mean going.
Done had a meet and greet. Go ahead and show. Here she is with her pink lashes, honey.
Y'all pull up to my meet and greet tomorrow at the Vibe SZN in St. Louis. It's free. Come take a picture with me, period. Do not come if you're not in a period mood because you're not going to ruin my vibe. Period. Y'all pull up.
Child, y'all got her feeling herself. But the funny part is people pulled up. Oh, they came. One and all.
Here's the thing, you guys. I do not think this is a young girl. Like, I don't think she's as young as people think she is. I think she is, like, whenever she is live, anything, it's almost like she's in her own apartment. It'll eventually come out how old she is. Like, it definitely will. People are going to start digging. That's just the way it is. People will start digging, figure out how old she is. I don't think that she is the age that people think she is. Yes, she looks very young. But like I said, a lot of people think that about me. A lot of people think that about even my oldest son. You know, well, he's a baby. He's in his 20s, but still, people think he's like 16. He has a baby face. It runs in my family. A lot of people think that about my fiance. He has a baby face. So all I'm saying is that I just don't think she's as young as people think she is. So you guys see all those people there, right? At a meet and greet, screaming for her. Like, she literally has been doing this for years. This girl just blew up 3 weeks ago. She just went viral 3 weeks ago, and already she's doing a meet and greet.
Look at all them black kids.
As you can see, there's a reason why. Lovely T.I. says, look at all them black kids. There's a reason. Because black people do better. You're literally supporting someone who is mocking black women and capitalizing off of it. And you are here at her meet and greet screaming for her like she was some motherfucking Michael Jackson. Okay? Like she has that status. Or Beyonce.
Oh, God, I can't take the screaming. But now it gets even worse.
Bag secured, period. They hating, they mad, they furious. This dress from Fashion Nova, just in case you curious. This bag is serious. The math, delirious. The haters are hearing it. Them check.
Okay. All right, ma'am. All right, sis. We see you with your Fashion Nova dress on and your pink fur. Y'all made her famous, not me. I tried to tell y'all. I see y'all stay making these girls famous, just like Bad Baby. Now she's a triple millionaire and all this other nonsense. Same thing with her. Now she got a music career. Meanwhile, you got black kids who've been in the studio for years, working on their craft, writing their music, you know, and they'll never get that type of support. And it's sad because we make goofy people like that, you know, famous. And again, I don't know how old this woman is. I'm assuming she's between the ages of 18 and 20. I've tried to Google her age. Everything says between the ages of 18 and 20. So she's...
You guys, I have Googled her age. I have tried to find out how old this young lady is. I have no idea how old she is, but I truly, truly believe that she just has a baby face. I truly, truly believe that she is not as young as people think that she is. That's just my opinion, though.
Young, so I'm not trying to drag her or disrespect her because to me, she's young enough to be my kid. But what is bothersome is just, you know, the fact like she's trying to mimic what she thinks a black woman is. And as a black woman, I've never walked around with pink lashes.
These are my real nails. I don't do fake nails. They're long, but they're my real nails. I just don't like it. I don't like how it's okay to be a caricature of what people think a Black woman is. But then as a real Black woman, I still get silenced. I get cussed out. I get drugged, just simply having an opinion, simply existing. So I just, it's frustrating, and it's just like, if that was a Black TikToker who came out and was like, period, whatever the hell, however the hell the damn song goes, the one that made her viral, no one would have paid her no mind. She'd still be on TikTok with probably 10 followers. Nobody would have paid her no mind. But it's like, as soon as you put something ratchet or ghetto on other races, for some reason, it just mystifies people, especially Black folks. For some reason, we just get mystified by it. And I don't get it. That's why I didn't understand, like, why would Chloe, somebody who's very talented, beautiful, can sing, why even get on? Why even entertain it? And I know a lot of Chloe fans are like, oh, T, you're being mean. She's young. She's in her 20s. She's just trying to jump on a trend. At what point are we just going to hold people accountable? Everything that trends don't mean that we got to support it or jump on it. You know what I'm saying? Because when she jumped on it, she gave her a major cosign. Imagine the girl who worked with Beyonce. Y'all forget Chloe and Holly, they were tied to Beyonce. She's doing a duet with me.
That is preach. Preach it's Lovely T. I love me some Lovely T. She is absolutely amazing. She keeps it real. She's an inspiration to me, and that's why she's an inspiration to me, because some people don't like it when you keep it real. Do I give a fuck? No. And I used to. I really did. I used to, but I don't care anymore, especially when you talk about racism. People can be so dismissive, when you talk about ignorant stereotypes. People are so dismissive. Keep being dismissive. That doesn't mean you're going to stop me and my voice. Because at the end of the day, it's here. Racism is here. It's alive. And pretending it doesn't exist does not make it better. So if you want to pretend that it doesn't exist, this ain't the channel for you. And I will never be that person. The point is with Lovely T.I. is she keeps it real. And it's not always easy to hear the truth. But the truth is the truth. And that's the problem that I have with this whole situation. When does it stop? When is enough enough? When do people understand or start to take the time to understand that having this type of aesthetic and purposely doing that to profit, it's literally perpetuating this stereotype, and it's never going to stop unless people speak up about it. It's never going to stop. She's young. Like I said, I would never bash her. I think she's a cutie. But the problem is that I really, truly feel like this young lady knows a lot better. She just doesn't care because it's working for her. And if it continues to work for her, just like it did for Bad Baby, she's going to continue to perpetuate it and continue to rock this aesthetic.
Of course she's feeling herself. I would be. I'd be walking around here in a pink fur coat too. Telling my period I, period who, period what, period you. I don't know how the hell that shit goes. I'd be feeling myself.
I agree. You can't blame her for feeling herself. I already told you guys that. Like, can you blame her? She's going to walk around and continue to rock it if people continue to support her. It doesn't matter what other people think, because all this she's going to say is haters, haters, haters. Not everybody's a hater, okay? Just like with Megamouth is the perfect example. Not everybody's hating on you, Megamouth. No, you really are a piece of shit, okay? You just really are. It has nothing to do with people hating on you. You're a horrible person. You're a horrible human being. Okay. And that I also want to say, shame on Chloe Bailey for supporting this. Shame on her duetting this, because I love Chloe Bailey. I do. But your sister has literally been, oh my gosh, they have ripped your sister apart. because she got casted for a role as a mythical creature, and people literally were making so many racist memes. It's sickening. And you go and duet this young lady who is perpetuating the same things that people are perpetuating with your sister, of how she got casted in a role that she didn't cast herself. She got casted in the role as the Little Mermaid. And you have people mocking your sister, but yet you go and duet with this young lady. I hope that eventually Chloe gives some type of apology. She may have already, I don't know, but that was a bad move on Chloe Bailey's part, because she is the one who contributed to this young lady going viral. Okay, someone in the status of Chloe Bailey should not be duetting something like this. Sorry.
If somebody as prestigious as Chloe Bailey did that, that's what I'm saying. You got to watch where we put our energy. And I have the right to hold her accountable, because there's a lot of little black girls that I see all the time that come on my TikTok timeline who sing. They sing their heart out. They're always singing. I don't see other people duetting with them. That's all I'm saying. Be careful where y'all put y'all's energy, because now she's the next up and coming star. And like I said, no hate. If people are dumb enough to, buy your, period album, you know what I mean? That's of all the 10 seconds, that's on them. So I'm not saying that she shouldn't be able to capitalize off of this or get a bag, But again, like I keep telling y'all, the new currency is likes, hearts, retweets. Wherever y'all put y'all attention is where that attention is going to go. And sadly, it's people like that who are able to monetize off of it. Because like I said, if that was a young black girl behaving in that behavior, she'd just be drugged. Nobody would even entertain it at all. So, yeah, it's crazy. Somebody said she looks like a Garbage Pail Kid. Ooh, y'all are a mess. JP Reckless, y'all are a mess for that. Yeah, I just found that very interesting. Real quick before I go, Kanye West. Let's talk about him really quick.
Oh, don't worry. We'll be talking about Kanye West one day too. Probably next week. But yes, I just wanted to talk about that. And I felt like Lovely T was the perfect person to show you guys how amazing she is and how she keeps it real. I don't know about that garbage pail. That's mean. That was me. But I don't blame her for continuing to. I wouldn't even be surprised if when her album comes out that it goes platinum. It sucks, but it's reality. However, people need to do better. And even Chloe Bailey, I do hope that she apologizes. Young Miami was also asked to duet with Brit Barbie. Okay, the period. And Young Miami said, no, I will not support this. You know what I'm saying? Because she's smart enough to know, this is ridiculous. So many people that Chloe Bailey could have duetted with, and you literally chose to help this young lady go viral. Please, please do better. Do better. I don't care how cute you think this song is. I think, especially for somebody like Chloe Bailey, that you should be ashamed of yourself. You should be ashamed of yourself, especially for what your sister is going through still till this day, what she's going through. So enough is enough, but I wouldn't be surprised if she goes platinum. Only thing I can say is I will continue to keep up on this, and we'll continue to talk about it as her album comes out. We'll definitely, I'll be talking about this again. But what I will say is I do hope that she chooses to change this whole stereotype with Black women that she's continuing to perpetuate. I do hope that she chooses to be herself, because you're always going to get further in life by being yourself. And some people are afraid to be themselves. I hope that she chooses to do better for herself and do the right thing, and not be walking around here acting a fool and trying to perpetuate all these negative stereotypes. I hope she does better. But I just wanted to talk to you guys about that. Like, what the fuck? What the fuck? So now we're going to move on and we are going to talk about this nurse in Philadelphia. I think this is a more triggering subject, so I will, and it's triggering for myself because it's happened to me, and it's one of the reasons why I don't like going to the doctors. I have had an experience with a nurse that was very much like this nurse practitioner. So I'm going to pull up this article first, and then I'll let you guys listen to the video. Let me type it in. You can only have so much pulled. Well, you can have as many pulled up, but it drains my computer if I have too many things pulled up at once. So let me see here. Not many people reported on this, which is very, very sad, but I think it's important. So we're going to talk about it. Okay. And it's happened to me. So, oh, that's a pretty hair right there. Okay. All right. Like, I hate all these advertisements for shit. Like, I don't understand why I get all these damn advertisements. Okay. So it says, Philadelphia nurse is blasted for racism after she was filmed berating a pregnant Black woman and branding her a fraud when she asked for a note to take off work because she was in extreme pain. Okay, so a Pennsylvania nurse, let me exit all these freaking ads here. A Pennsylvania nurse practitioner has been accused of racism after harassing a Black woman who had asked for a doctor's note to take off work because she was in extreme pain in her last trimester. Lord Jesus. Jillian, who is known as Goddess _J_ on social media, went viral this week when she shared footage of an unnamed staffer at the Philly Pregnancy Center berating her, claiming it would be a fraud for her to take off work because of her pregnancy. The patient's lawyer, Brianna Lynn Pearson, told DailyMail.com that the white employee's treatment of her client is an example of the pervasive racism in the medical industry, which is very true, you guys. Jillian's, whose last name has not been shared, opened up about her experience in a series of TikTok videos, saying she was experiencing pain and had called the clinic for a doctor's note for a week before she was finally told to come in. Jillian, who is 7 months pregnant, shared footage of a nurse practitioner harassing her after she asked for a doctor's note to take off work because she was experiencing pain. And this is the picture. The mom-to-be alleged that the nurse practitioner was dismissive of her pain from the get-go and was unnecessarily rough with her during an exam. When I tried to explain my pain and exactly what I was feeling, she cut me off and said, "Let me examine you. I want to feel your cervix." So when I got up on the table for her to examine me, she was very aggressive, the mom-to-be said. She shoved her fingers in me. It was painful. Jillian said that after the exam, the medical staffer told her that she could still work, and the most she could do was give her a note saying she couldn't lift 25 pounds or more. She tried stating her case and asked repeatedly to speak to the doctor, but the nurse practitioner allegedly told her that she wasn't going to argue with her. Jillian claimed that when they got back to the front desk, the employee started blurting out all of her information loudly enough for another patient in the lobby to hear. The expectant mom said the receptionist finally got a doctor on the phone, and she was asked to go to the back of the room to talk to her in private. This is horrible, you guys. Horrible, but I'll let you guys hear the video. Okay. So let me go to, okay. So when she was walking back to take the phone call, the nurse practitioner allegedly said, "Please don't take her to my office." Jillian said she told the staffer, "Nobody wants to go to your office. You're a weirdo for that." According to her account, the nurse practitioner then told her she had called the police because she had called her a weirdo. In a follow-up, she recalled how she had a panic attack and started crying after she heard the police were being called. Nothing that her blood pressure was already high when they checked her that day. Jillian said the cops were waiting for her in the lobby and were a bit aggressive with her, but she didn't think to record them because that was never her intention. The nurse practitioner allegedly told the police that she felt threatened. Jillian said she disputed the claim and pointed out that she was nearly 8 months pregnant and not in the position to be attacking anyone. So I'm going to let you guys listen to the video really quick. Let me pull up the video.
But am I you? Are you me?
What were you thinking about when you got pregnant, that you were not going to work? I'm just curious because, like, I've had 3 kids. I worked up until the second they were born.
But am I you? Are you me? Do you know how I feel? You know how I feel?
That's why I'm asking. I'm interested to know what you think. I want to know your mindset. So when you got pregnant, what were you thinking about?
I was thinking about having a kid. I'm confused on where you're going at.
I'm confused too because you came in here and I did an assessment and I gave you my best medical advice. And you didn't like that.
But I said that I just wanted a note so I could take it easy these next 2 months.
And
I'm 7 months pregnant and I'm in pain. It's not
fraud.
fraud. If it was fraud, the doctor wouldn't be getting me my note right now.
Really?
Yes.
What I read on your chart isn't true.
Okay.
So I
what's
know
on my
it's
chart
fraud.
that's not true?
I read on your chart what isn't true because I'm the person who saw you and did the exam.
Okay.
So it's okay.
But but how do you know how I feel? How do you know how my body feels inside?
Because I stuck my hand in there and checked your
Okay,
cervix.
you check my cervix, but how you know how my bones, how you know how my body feels, my legs, my back? How do you know how that feels? How you know how my nausea feels? How you know how my cramps feel? By touching. And you're okay. All right, so this is the nurse practitioner. And look how she's hitting me. Look at it. Check her out. Check it out. Call the police. and they're gonna see what you just did. Call the police. She already called the police on me once because I called her a weirdo. Yes, look at this lady is fucking crazy. Call the cops again. Call them. It's okay. Call them. I got you on video hitting me with that thing in your hand. This is the Philly Pregnancy Center, guys.
Yeah. Okay, Tilly. What were you thinking about when you got pregnant that you were not going to work? I'm just curious because, like, I've had 3 kids.
Okay, so just to let you guys know, initially she called the cops on this young lady who is pregnant because this lady called her a weirdo. Okay, which is absolutely ridiculous. You know, you're calling the cops because someone called you a weirdo, and of course she told the cops that she felt threatened. So this is like a huge problem. Oops, sorry. This is a huge problem, especially in the medical field, and sometimes why Black people don't even want to go to the doctors. I'll never forget there was a nurse who every single time I would go in to the doctors when I was pregnant, this is when I was pregnant with my second child, she always treated me horribly. Always, always. And I'll never forget. And this is when my mom was alive. And like I told you, my mom was very, very loud and straightforward. And she wanted me not to be loud. And my mom was only loud when she needed to be. Okay. And one time I made an appointment, and it was this specific nurse that I was talking to, and I knew her name. I knew this nurse's name. And I made an appointment because you know how when you have to put your kids in daycare, you have to have a doctor fill something out. So I had to make an appointment for my doctor to fill something out. For my child's doctor to fill something out for him to go to daycare. It's like a physical that they have to do prior to them going to daycare. So I made an appointment and I spoke with this specific nurse. And when I got there, they tried to say that I lied and said I did never have an appointment. Okay. And it was only this specific nurse who was saying it. And this is a nurse, like I said, whenever I went into that doctor's office, she always gave me problems. She never could stand me. And what's crazy is I see this nurse till this very day because my children still go to the same, not the same place, but for some reason, I don't know how, but she ended up transferring to the same place that my kids go to. It's still with the same company, but it's in a different location. And this nurse is at the location now that I was in, that she was in. She's at a different location that I moved to. But regardless, she literally, and this was a day that my mom had took me to the doctors for my child, and we were there, and literally I'm saying I have an appointment such and such a time. She's like, oh no, you don't have an appointment, you're lying. I said, what did you just say to me? And she said, you're lying. So at first I was in shock, so I went and sat back down, and my mom said, oh no. She's like, I'm not going to do this for you, because I was still young. Mom's like, I'm not going to do this for you. You have to learn how to start defending yourself. Okay. You have to learn that it's important to stand up for yourself. You have proof that you have an appointment. So I went back up there and I said, I am not going to be treated any differently from anyone else in this doctor's office. I said, you better figure it out. Don't ever call me a liar. I pulled up the voicemail where they left me the voicemail saying that I had to confirm that I had an appointment and the date and the time. And she said, well, you're 5 minutes late. I said, I don't give a fuck if I'm 10 minutes late. I said, you better figure it out. I said, I don't like you. I know you don't like me, but I don't care because you're not going to treat me any differently than anybody else in this doctor's office. She was always rude to me. Always, no matter what it was, she was always trying to give me problems. One time she tried to tell me my kid was too underweight. He wasn't underweight. Then the doctor came in one time when my son was getting a checkup. She tried to say my child was underweight. The doctor said, no, he's not. He's the perfect weight for his height. She just you always know when someone doesn't like you for whatever reason. And I think she had her reasonings, because I noticed she treated other people like that too, Black people. But regardless, it's very, very, in the medical system, it's very, and it's not everywhere. Not everywhere is like that. But there are places that are. And because of that, it's one of the reasons why, if you do your research, why a lot of Black people don't like going to the doctors. And a lot of Black people start getting misdiagnosed, okay, because of those reasonings, okay. It's very, very sad. It's very sad. So hold on. I'm going to bring up her, where she tells the story. Hold on. Okay. Let me make sure that this is the right one. Geez, there's so many people like her name. That's just weird. Don't worry, you guys. I'm just thinking out loud. I do that sometimes. Let's talk amongst yourselves here. Okay, so I do want to read something else to you guys too, but hold on a second. More like statistics. I don't know why I can't find her on here, but I don't understand why I can't find her, but that's okay. I think the video speaks for itself, which we're going to watch another part of it. But this is something that I wanted to show you guys too, okay? You guys probably can't see this, but I'm going to just read it to you. And it's more about statistics. So this is from Silver Spring MD. Her name is Shannon McClellan. Obviously, she's a doctor. It says the behavior demonstrated by a white nurse practitioner at the Philadelphia Pregnancy Center towards an expectant Black mother in a widely shared video was unethical, unprofessional, and unacceptable. In a video recording from October 7th, the nurse practitioner was verbally disrespectful, aggressive, and accusatory, minimizing the patient's dignity, integrity, and humanity. The NP's behavior failed to adhere to basic nursing tenets, including alleviating pain and providing non-judgmental care. At its foundation, nursing must provide respectful and individualized care to all patients, regardless of the patient's personal characteristics, values, or beliefs. This is unethical. This is an unethical obligation for all nurses, and if this is an ethical obligation for all nurses. Black women are particularly vulnerable within the U.S. healthcare system. These types of incidents highlight the bias, violence, and incivility that many expectant Black mothers experience. According to the CDC, Black women are nearly 3 times more likely than white women to die from maternal complications. The maternal health crisis for Black women far exceeds any other group. Contributing to the crisis are providers not listening to Black women because of bias and racism. Non-judgmental care requires that nurses recognize and manage biases that can be harmful to the nurse-patient relationship. The American Nurse Association and the Pennsylvania State Nurses Association strongly support bias education and encourages deep reflection to understand how personal experiences and background influence our nursing practice. So the reason why I wanted to read that to you is because it's very true, you guys. Like my niece is a nurse practitioner, and obviously she herself has been through things when she was pregnant, but as a nurse, this is the most unethical thing I've ever seen a nurse practitioner. And a nurse practitioner, that's pretty much like a doctor, you guys. A nurse practitioner might as well be a damn doctor. They are doctors, okay? Because sometimes a nurse practitioner knows more than a doctor does. There are people who would rather see a nurse practitioner than a doctor. And this is one of the reasons why a lot of Black women, it happens, more Black women have more complications and ultimately die when they are giving birth than any other race. And it's because a lot of people are so dismissive, okay, and biased when it comes to Black women. And it's very, very sad. This nurse pissed me off so bad. I could not call this out. When my boyfriend brought this to my attention, I'm just like, are you freaking serious? This is disgusting that a nurse, okay, she's literally trying to tell this woman how she's supposed to feel and calling the cops on this pregnant woman just because this woman called her a weirdo. How ignorant is that? So I'm going to let you guys hear TikTok. Let you guys hear some of the things that a lot of nurses said. 1 second.
Are you me? Do you know how I feel? Do you know how I feel? I'm asking. I'm interested to know what you think. I want to know your mindset. So when you got pregnant, what were you thinking about?
Condescending and AF.
I was thinking about having a kid. I'm confused on where you're going at.
I'm confused too because you came in here and I did an assessment and I gave you my best medical advice.
Your tone is
But I
upsetting me.
said that I just wanted to know so I could take it easy these next 2 months. I'm 7 months pregnant and I'm in pain. It's not fraud. If it was fraud, the doctor wouldn't be getting me my note right now.
Really?
Yes.
What I read on your chart isn't true.
Okay.
So I know my chart is not true.
Yeah.
I read on your chart what isn't true. So I'm the person who saw you and did the exam.
Okay.
So it's okay.
But how do you know how I feel? How do you know how my
This is
body feels
embarrassing.
inside?
I stuck my hand in there and checked your
Okay,
cervix.
you check my cervix, but how you know how my bones? How you know how my
That's
my
a
body
nurse
feels, my
practitioner,
legs,
by the
my
way,
back?
who's
How
acting
you know
like
how that
that.
feels? How you know how my nausea feels? How you know how my cramps feel? By touch, and you're okay. All right, so this is the nurse practitioner, and look how she's hitting me. Look at it. Check her out. Check it out. Call the police, and they're going to see how you just what you just did.
Calling the police.
Call the police. She already called the police only once because I called her a weirdo.
Trash.
Yes, look at this lady is fucking crazy. Call the cops again. Call them. I got you on video hitting me with that thing in your hand.
Straight trash.
This is the Philly Pregnancy Center, guys.
What were you thinking about when you got pregnant that you were not going to work?
Equity for minority patients, you should be disgusted. You are absolutely the reason why minority patients will not go to hospital settings, will not seek care because of that racist attitude that you had. So if somebody was individually attacking you, then you would individually attack that person back. But that general comment that you made that has something to say about Black nurses and picking cotton and all of that, you didn't gear that towards one person. You geared that toward all of us. But yet you're somebody that's allowed to keep a job, that's allowed to work as a nurse in a profession that should be non-biased. You are absolutely the problem with nursing.
Okay, let me read some of your comments here. A cervical exam means nothing. It's an overall picture of the patient. That NP sucks at her job. Absolutely. Is this nurse still employed? I hope not. I don't know. I'm going to try to figure that out too. I think she may have been fired. As a matter of fact, I'll Google it now. Did she really question her? She did. Let's see here. They call pain a vital sign. Because location, characteristics, and intensity can tell a doctor or nurse so much of what's going on. That NP should lose her job. I agree. Because that's what I was always told, that a nurse is supposed to be non-biased. You are supposed to obviously be caring, understanding. And it seemed like with this nurse, she's saying she had 3 kids and worked. Well, here's the thing. With my last pregnancy, with my first pregnancy, I was in high school. But my second pregnancy, I actually was off work when I was 7 months pregnant. And then with my little guy, my 6-year-old, the doctor actually told me that if I didn't stop working, that I was going to have my baby early. I couldn't stop working. I even told the doctor, are you going to come pay my bills? I couldn't stop working. I was working. I was on my feet. Did I have my son a little bit early? Yes. So you can, but I felt fine, but he kept saying I was dilating. He's like, you're dilating. It's too soon for you to be dilating. I was only like, I don't know, maybe 7.5. I don't know. And he's like, you can't be dilating this early. And I'm like, well, I have to work. He's like, listen, I'm going to write you a note. You cannot work. Otherwise, you're going to have your little guy early. And I said, okay. And I told the doctor after he was a great doctor. He was a high risk doctor. And, I told him I'll try my best, but no, I couldn't stop working. And ultimately, I did have my little guy a little bit early, but thank God it wasn't that much early. The point is that I was able to. I didn't have any problems, but it's obvious that this young lady is having problems. So how are you going to tell someone what they should or shouldn't, how they should or shouldn't feel? Just because you had 3 kids and worked all through your pregnancy, that doesn't mean that this woman feels the same way. No, you're just pretty much being negative, and you're pretty much trying to say that because this woman is Black, she wants to get out of working. Okay. And there were more things that were said. That's why I was trying to find her Instagram, because she talks about it on her Instagram. This is making me really mad. I know this type of behavior happens a lot, more often than not. Most of the Black women that I have been with have been treated by nurses and 2 doctors like, and I don't think that every nurse and every doctor is like this. Like I said, my nurses were awesome. However, it's not like this everywhere. It's just not. And it's reality. I think the saddest reality is that this didn't go viral the way I mean, it should have been more talked about than what it was. Let me see if I think she did lose her job. But let me look it up and see. Hold on. Let me see here. I don't know. I don't think she was. Wait. Oh, I hate it when they do this. No. Okay, so the Today Show did report on it. Let me see here. Or not the Today Show, but there's an article. There's the video. Okay, it says, let me see here. Maybe she did get fired. I'm not sure. I would assume that she would get fired. Like, I don't see why she wouldn't. Like that's Thank you for sending this message to me. I will read the rest of it as soon as I'm done. So it says, video footage of a white nurse practitioner accusing a Black pregnant woman of fraud has gone viral and incited outrage online. In October, a woman named Jillian, who asked to have her last name withheld from this story for privacy and safety reasons, shared a video of her interaction with a nurse practitioner. Hold on. Okay. A nurse practitioner at a Philadelphia clinic. Jillian told Today parents that on the day she captured the video on her phone, she was 7 months pregnant and experiencing pain and other complications. She had asked her doctor for a note that would allow her to begin her maternity leave from her job as a home health aide, which is, okay, you guys, a home health aide, that is very, very, it's not easy work, especially when you're pregnant, okay? The nurse asked, what were you thinking about when you got pregnant? That you weren't going to work? The nurse asked Jillian in the clinic's lobby as she's waiting to receive her doctor's note. Because I had 3 kids, I worked up until the second they were born. I was thinking about having a kid, replies Jillian, 25, who is the mom of a 3-year-old daughter. The interaction escalates further with the nurse telling Jillian that her request for a doctor's note constitutes fraud. It's fraud. If it was fraud, the doctor wouldn't be getting me a note right now. Jillian responds, how do you know how I feel? How do you know how my body feels inside? The nurse says, because I stuck my hand in there and checked your cervix. The nurse replies, okay, you checked my cervix, but how do you know how my bones feel? How do you know how my body feels? My legs, my back. How do you know how that feels? How you know how my nausea feels? How do you know how my cramps feel? Jillian asked. The recording of the incident sparked an outcry on social media and prompted renewed discussions about the mistreatment of Black women in the medical setting and the implicit bias that can occur. This is how Black women experience maternal mortality at such high rates. One person wrote on Twitter, and why is this nurse second guessing the doctor? Furthermore, what business is it of this nurse if the patient doesn't want to work during her pregnancy? This is very, very true. In an interview with Today, Jillian explained that the incident occurred at a Philly pregnancy center in Norristown, Pennsylvania, where she has been a patient since the start of her pregnancy. On October 6th, Jillian said she stopped by the clinic to pick up a doctor's note that had already been approved for her. Jillian said that up until that point, she'd seen the same nurse practitioner about 3 times throughout her pregnancy and had become wary of her behavior. Jillian said she explained to the nurse that she has scoliosis, curvature of the spine. Our first interaction was a little bit shaky, Jillian recalled. I gave her the benefit of the doubt. I just kind of overlooked certain things, like the way she walks, like the way she was like speaking to her. Over time, Jillian said she got the impression that the nurse's behavior was related to Jillian's race and religious background. Jillian is a Muslim. I felt like it was all racial because of my ethnic background and also because of my religious background. All of it, Jillian explained. I just felt like it was definitely discrimination. Aw, and she's pretty, very pretty. Today, the Today Show, whatever, tried to unsuccessfully reach out to the nurse practitioner, Teresa Smingo, for a comment. The Norristown Police Department told Today that on October 6th, an incident occurred between a patient and Smingo in the waiting room of the Philly Pregnancy Center. A staff member of the clinic, hold on, I'm just making sure you guys can hear me. A staff member of the clinic recalled the police department at the incident was escalating. Police advised the 2 parties in the dispute to avoid future contact. I was devastated. I was really upset, Jillian recalled about her interaction with the police. My heart was pounding like the baby was kicking. I was so upset. And I just kept on asking them, why are you guys here? Why did you guys feel the need to come here? Because like, you could look at me and see I don't want to hurt anyone. Brianna Lynn Pearson, a lawyer representing Jillian, issued a statement today about what happened. This is her attorney statement. And I want to say that I'm really, really happy that she's getting an attorney. Okay. Thank God for that. Probably an attorney reached out to her too. Jill deserves a public apology and so much more. The Philadelphia Pregnancy Center should be held accountable, but more importantly, we as a society need to hold each other accountable. Pearson's statement said, every day in this country, someone is discriminated against by a medical provider because of their immutable characteristics. Sometimes this discriminatory treatment is fatal, which is true. The Philly Pregnancy Center also issued a statement to today and stressed that the incident is being taken very seriously. The incident, Smigo's response, and the entire matter is under investigation. We have never encountered anything like this. The clinic's statement said, in part, we are deeply sorry for the entire incident, and we will continue serving our patients as always with love and care. In a separate email message, the center noted that Smigo was not an employee of the center, but an independent per diem contractor. Okay. Online people pointed out that Jillian's personal health information should not have been discussed in the clinic's waiting room within earshot of others. The incident also sparked a discussion about how racism can impact Black women's health outcomes and access to health care. In 2021, the Philadelphia Maternal Mortality Review Committee published a maternal mortality report on pregnancy-related deaths in Philadelphia. The report found that non-Hispanic Black women made up to 73% of pregnancy-related deaths in Philadelphia. The study noted that the implicit bias and systematic racism were underlying issues contributing to the racial disparity in the maternal mortality rate. Related pregnant 26 year, anyway. In recent years, health professionals, activists, and high-profile figures have raised concerns regarding the mistreatment of pregnant women of color in medical settings. Many have underlined that pregnant women of color who report pain are denied pain medication. Tennis player Serena Williams detailed her own experience of being dismissed while delivering her daughter, Olympia, in 2017. Williams, who has a high-risk tendency to develop blood clots, had to fight to be listened to when she began to experience extreme pain, a symptom of blood clots in her lungs. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, in the United States, Black, Native American, and Native Alaskan women are the 2 to 3 times more likely to die from a pregnancy-related cause than white women. A 2016 study published in the Proceedings of a National Academics of Science highlighted the issue of how false beliefs regarding biological differences between white and Black patients influence medical providers' approach to patients. The study found that 40% of first and second year medical students supported the belief that Black people's skin is thicker than white people's. That's very true. So she was fired, but she still contracted, which, okay, she should be fired and not contracted or fucking anything. But I do think they made a statement saying that she's fired. But still, I think an independent contractor, whatever that means, I feel like they should want nothing more to do with that woman. Okay, they shouldn't want her to have any affiliation at all. I don't know what the independent contracting means. I don't. Anybody else knows? You can explain that, but I have no idea what that means. So she should be mopping floors at McDonald's, not working in healthcare. I agree, Rianne. That nurse practitioner lose her license, period. She should lose her license ultimately, because if she can act like that, here's my biggest problem and here's my biggest issue, you guys. This is not the first time this nurse has acted like this, okay? This didn't just happen out of the blue. It has happened, okay? It has happened, and people just kind of turned a blind eye to it, including Black people. This woman is not the first woman that she has treated in this way. This is not the first woman that she was being very dismissive to, this nurse, but people just ignored it. You cannot ignore things like this. You cannot pretend as though it doesn't exist. You have to stand up for yourself. You have to fight for what is right. You have to contact the media. You have to do whatever you have to when it comes to horrible women like this. Because at the end of the day, if she treated this woman like this, she will do it again. And she has done it in the past. And she's gotten away with it up until now. That's the problem. And to me, somebody like that should not have a license. It is obvious that she's a racist. She doesn't like this woman's religion. And if you listen to me reading the interview, this woman clearly said that she noticed how she was being mistreated by this specific nurse, but she never did anything about it. And it's not her fault, but at the end of the day, this is something that people need to use as an example and understand. You have to speak up. You have to speak up. You need to be vocal when you are being mistreated. Okay? Excuse me. And if you have to record it, record it. Do whatever you have to do, but do not let people get away with treating you like this. And it's something that I tell to myself. Like when I went into the doctors with my 6-year-old, I was having contractions one night when I came home from work. I was having contractions. I literally had contractions all night, you guys, and didn't even know it. I woke up and I felt pressure. So I'm like, oh shit. I had my little guy with me. At that time, my Donovan, who's 12 now, he was like 5 or 6 at the time. And I'm like, uh-oh. And my little guy's like, Mom, what's wrong? Because he was protective. He was scared. He knew I was pregnant. And he's like, Mom, what's wrong? What's wrong? I'm like, something's not right here. So I felt some pressure. So I called the ambulance. Okay. When the ambulance came, I'm like, I think I might be in labor, but I just feel pressure. I don't feel any cramps or anything. And when I went in the ambulance, they were nice up until when I got to the hospital. And when I got to the hospital, I told the nurse, okay, when I got to the hospital, they told me to put a gown on. I put a gown on and they were like, go ahead and lay down. Let me give you this IV. And I'm like, she's like, because I had to go to the bathroom. I'm like, wait a minute. Wait a minute. I'm feeling pressure. I'm feeling pressure. That nurse was very dismissive towards me, you guys. And she's like, oh, you're fine. You're fine. Don't worry about it. Just go in the bathroom, get into your gown. So I went into the bathroom, got into my gown, and in the bathroom, I'm like, I don't even know if I could walk to the bed. I'm feeling a lot of pressure. And the nurse was like, here, I'll come help you, but you're fine. Don't worry. This happens all the time. Now, this nurse could have just been going by experience, but you can't go by experience when it comes to one case to another. And she came into the bathroom and she's like, come on, I'll help you. She was nice, but she was still being dismissive. I told her I was feeling pressure. And what happened before we even made it to the bed? My water broke. And that's when she was like, oh shit. Because she should have listened to me. If you would have listened to me, you probably would have wanted to keep me on that bed, put the IV in me, helped me take off, my clothes and help me put the gown on so I wouldn't have to walk to the bathroom. But my water broke. And that's when she went into a full panic. She's like, oh shit. She's like, get on here. They had to rush me back to the delivery room. Then when I go to the delivery room, there's another nurse, okay, who was also being dismissive. It's just true. Some people go by what they see instead of looking at each case individually. So while I was laying there, she's like, okay, let's fix your IV, because my IV was ripped out of my arm. And she's like, let's fix your IV. She's like, just everything's going to be fine. And she was very nice as well. But she's like, this happens all the time. Your water broke, but you still have, don't worry, you still have a lot of time. And I'm like, no, I don't have a lot of time here. I said, I want to push. I need to push. She's like, don't push, don't push. I'm like, okay, I won't push. But I couldn't help it. He was coming. I couldn't stop him from coming. My baby was coming. He literally forced himself out, okay? I wasn't pushing. And she's like, oh my God, I see the head. They were completely unprepared, you guys. Completely unprepared. She's like, oh my God, I see the head. She's like, don't push, don't push. I'm like, I don't know what you want me to do. I can't not push. How do you not push? I wasn't even pushing. Okay. So then she goes and she gets the doctor, and out comes my Josiah. And guess what? If she wouldn't have had a fast reaction, my baby just would have fell on the floor. My baby would have fell on the floor. Literally, she kept telling me, don't push. I'm like, I can't stop myself from pushing. And literally, if she would have not went there a second late, my baby would have fell. And she was like, oh my God. Like, she literally had to run over. Oh my God. And she's like, and literally that whole hospital was like, I've never seen a labor like that in my life. My doctor, my regular gynecologist, was pissed because guess what? The house doctor had to deliver my baby. He didn't make it there in time. And he was mad at the nurses, like, what happened? And every nurse was in shock. They were literally like, I was famous in that hospital. They were literally like, the baby just came out. Every single nurse was like, I've never seen a delivery like this. And that's hopefully that me having that delivery, because it was the easiest delivery of my entire life. Thank you, Jesus. Like, I don't know. Like, it was just the best. I don't know. Like, I felt nothing, you guys. I felt nothing. Like, not to be disgusting, but even the doctor said I didn't even tear. It was crazy. Like, it was crazy. But every nurse, hopefully they learn something. And hopefully next time someone comes in there and says, listen, I feel a lot of pressure. Okay. All natural, no drugs, no nothing. It was like I was like, what the hell just happened here? Even I was in shock. I had 2 kids prior, so of course I was like hoping that it was going to be a slow process. It wasn't. It was the fastest labor ever in history in that whole hospital. They literally were in shock. So hopefully next time when somebody comes in there and says, I feel pressure, they won't be so dismissive. Hopefully when somebody's laying in a hospital bed saying, I have to push, I can't stop. How can you stop a baby from coming? You just can't. And I think they just were being very dismissive and not taking the fact of this isn't like another labor. Every labor is different. And this labor is going to be, this labor is going to give you a show. And it did. Every doctor, every nurse was literally in shock for days because they've never seen anything like it before. So, of course, that would happen with me. But all I'm saying is that even though they were very nice, they were still dismissive. They should have listened to me. You know what I'm saying? They should not have just been so dismissive, like, oh, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. No, it doesn't always work like that. So you learn from each experience. But I feel like with this young lady who's only 25 years old and had to go through that amount of racism, and this woman being so dismissive, thinking that she just wanted to get out of work and she was pretending to feel a certain way. It's disgusting. And somebody talked about contracting. I'm sorry, I'm going to read your comments here in a minute. But to me personally, she should be fired and her license should be revoked, because the point is she'll do this again, you guys. And that's what bothers me about this. This is not the first time she's done it, and it's damn sure not going to be the last. People have to stop being so lackadaisical about these things. People have to start speaking up. She's probably treated so many Black women like this, or women of color like this, and they just never said anything. Even when it's probably little things of her attitude and the way she acts towards them. Don't be accepting of this type of behavior. Open your mouth, say something. Don't stay silent. Okay? A real-time learning experience. I agree. They should have listened, right? That baby was like, you can catch me or you'll chase me. I'm getting out. Yeah, my Josiah, like, he literally delivered himself, you guys. It was the craziest thing ever. Like, I cannot believe how blessed I was, because obviously, like, I was looking forward to having, okay, give me some, what do you get that epidural thing? Get the epidural, sit there for hours, and then time to push, everything's so usually structured when it comes to delivery. And it wasn't like that with me at all. Like, literally, from the time I got into the hospital, I had my baby within a half hour to an hour. Okay. And I think what scared me the most is how that nurse almost didn't catch him. You know what I'm saying? It was scary to me. Obviously, when you are in labor, they have to give you like the antibiotics to make sure that the baby, I didn't get any of those things, and it's sad in a lot of ways because it wasn't planned. But in the same sense, it was such a delivery experience that I remember all of my deliveries, but with my Josiah, I really truly feel like he delivered himself. He said, nope, I'm coming into this world. And that's exactly his personality. He has that personality. He's very strong-minded and very, like, I don't know. He has a very strong personality. His delivery, my delivery with him, it describes him to a T, my Josiah, just the way he acts, and it's just how funny he is. And he's just that dominant force to be reckoned with. And he's going to be so amazing when he gets older too. All my kids, obviously. But this delivery was just like, it was a bang. And that's my Josiah, So, she is one of the people who cause the high statistics in Black women. Yep. Maybe some of us just know we won't be heard, taken seriously, or have our needs addressed anyway, so we just take it. I agree with that, but you can't take it. You have to speak up. Her pattern of behavior is dangerous and is a liability, probably a reason she was a contracted nurse practitioner versus a full-time, part-time employee. Okay, so, but she was full-time, but now she's just contracted. To me, she should no longer be employed there. Contracted or not, independent contractor is self-employed person. Okay, thank you, Melinda. It means that she fills in where she is needed, not working for any office, but may work through an agency like a temp. I say she lose her license. No way should someone like that. Why does that thing keep moving? I say she lose her license. She should not be a nurse. And okay, I read that. Thank you guys for telling me. I appreciate it. She was real brave. She was real brave doing it. So I'm sure she's done it many times before. Yep. That's what I'm saying. It's not the first time and it's not the last time. So yeah, I think we need to protest. That nurse should lose her license. She should not be a nurse. No one like that should be a nurse. These type of people in healthcare just make me rage. They have no place trying to care for a twig, let alone a person. I agree. She is one of the people who cause the high statistics. I read that. Every person is different. Yep. Every case is different. Yep. I have a horror story about Grayson. Maybe we should talk about trauma births one day. Yeah, that's a good idea. Some people forget that. and to treat each case that way different. Yeah, some people do. That's why I say, I feel like they should have listened to me, and I hope that they don't do that. Next time somebody comes in there and says, hey, I'm feeling pressure, I feel like I need to push, they need to be on it. You know what I'm saying? As if you were lying. That's just awful. Yeah, it's almost like it was like they were being very dismissive. Like, I'm telling her, I feel pressure. Oh, no, you're fine. You're fine. And it's just dismissive, quit being dismissive. Patients know their body too. Yes, the doctors know the anatomy, nurses know the anatomy, and they know why things happen, but we know our bodies too. You know what I'm saying? I think some doctors, not all, but some doctors take that for granted. Like, they don't understand that some people pay very close attention to what's happening with their body. And sometimes we might be spot on more than the doctors. It's true. God, that was a short labor. Very, very short. One of the few professions that personal biases should be kept out of is a medical profession. I agree. Yes, he wanted out. He wanted out. She should have known your body is going to do what it needs to do. It's weird. Like, I tried to stop him, but he just said, nope, sorry. I don't want to stay in here any longer. I'm pushing myself out. My friend delivered breech on the side of the highway in an ambulance because the hospital. Oh my gosh. As a Latina in recovery, they treated me terrible when I had my son. It really affected me. I'm sorry, Calval. Maybe you can talk about that one day. If you can tell your story, that would be great. Exactly. A real-time learning experience. Yep. Then she almost died 2 days later from eclampsia. Wow. What's eclampsia? Oh, high blood pressure. That is horrible. And that's just horrible. Why did they send her home? My daughter is up with a bad cough and crying. Have a good night, all. I enjoyed the chat tonight. Well, we enjoyed having you. Thank you for being here, Jovi. I appreciate you. It means a lot. It's always good to see you. I have to tell you, honestly, I feel guilty for being white, not because of Black people, because of white people. It's pathetic. Okay, so that's another thing that I want to say too. That's stupid. What's happening with this? Hold on, you guys. I gotta fix this. Please don't have that. Because please don't have that whole guilty or anything like that, because at the end of the day, Deb, and for anybody else, you're not like that. Not every white person is like that. Just like not every person thinks the same. You cannot sit here and think that, because at the end of the day, everyone is different. Everyone is different. And it's people like you who sit here and want to listen and educate yourself and try to see things from a different perspective. That's what matters. Okay? That's what matters. Yes, there are racist white people out there. There are prejudiced Black people out there. It's in every race. Okay, Deb, but that doesn't, what matters is that you aren't. What matters is that there are a lot of people. That's why I try to acknowledge the fact that there are so many white creators that I've seen on TikTok that were standing up for Black people. And I see it all the time. Is it enough? No. But it's people like you who can sit here and not only have a one-track mind, and who can sit here and say, wow, these things are happening. And it's people like you that can make a difference, because you're listening, because you're not racist. Okay. You don't think like that. I think we all have different microaggressive stereotypes. Everyone does. And it takes listening to other people to learn what is offensive and what's not offensive. But you're never going to learn if you refuse to listen. If you want to be the person to sit there and stay ignorant and not try to understand things from another culture's perspective, that is what is the problem with the world today. And it's people like you that can sit here and say, wow, I had no idea that, you probably did know. I'm just saying this as an example. Like, I had no idea that Black women and, women of color were treated this way in the medical system. But now you do. And I think it's amazing that you can actually sit here and acknowledge that and say, wow, and learn. Some people are just like, whatever, you're wrong. This doesn't exist. This isn't happening. It happens all the time. And it will happen in my comment section. You'll see. You're going to have people that say, well, I've had a Black doctor that treated me horribly. Trust me, it happens. But I think it's amazing that you can sit there and be willing to hear another perspective and to hear things and listen and educate yourself. That's what matters, Deb. So please don't have any type of guilt or anything like that. That's I don't ever want you to feel that way. Please don't feel that way, that guilt. It's people like you that make the best allies and do wonderfully at also educating others about better race relations. Exactly, Aesop. You said it perfectly. It takes people like, you to sit here and listen and educate yourself. It takes people like Stranger. It takes people like Kel. It takes people like Victoria. It takes people like Rianne. It takes people to just sit there and try to see things from a different perspective, because so many people don't. They don't want to. They don't want to hear it. They're always like, whatever, this isn't happening, and these statistics are bogus, blah, 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 blah. And it's not true, because I can speak from personal experience how it is in the medical system as a Black woman. So we have to keep learning as white people and people in general. Exactly, Stranger. There are multiple studies out there concerning the alarming mortality numbers with Black women in childbirth. When I worked in triage, multiple times I had to advocate strongly for them. Thank you for that, Peg. Thank you for that. God bless you. I think that's absolutely amazing. Thank you for that. That's what's wrong with society currently. It's so divided, and it's sad. It's very divided because, and I think one of the reasons why it's so divided though is that people don't want to acknowledge that these things exist. If they were acknowledged, then people could join forces. And I always say that there is no limit to what could happen if people just came together. But until that happens, people are going to continue to be divided. I learned so much from you all. It can be difficult for me sometimes. I grew up in a very racist, biased family, and it can be murky water for me. I love you all, though, because you're people. Exactly, Deb. But I'm just saying that in no way should you be feeling guilty or anything like that. I'm just glad that you're here, willing to learn and see things from a different perspective. And I think that's amazing. I hate discrimination, period. I've experienced it for different reasons, so I don't stand for it in any way. Exactly, Ashers. That's why I'm glad my mom always said, listen, I'm not going to be here forever to speak up for you. You have to do this for yourself. And I appreciate that from my mom. I do. How many lives you've likely impacted for the better? Thank you. Yes, thank you so much for that, Peg. Thank you. I grew up in a very racist, country. We just have to keep learning. I think you're doing brilliantly. I can never say that right. As I hope I am. Absolutely, stranger. I think you are. I think that a lot of like really close friends that I have grew up in a racist home, and I think it's amazing that they are willing to learn, and they also, that's the only thing that they feel shame about, is that they grew up learning this type of behavior, because racism is taught. Okay. You're not born with racism. It's not something that you inherit, not inherit, but you guys know what I mean. It's something that's learned. It's a learned behavior. And I've had many friends growing up saying, wow, I cannot believe that my parents really, really think this way. And I'm so happy that I met you, and that I've met other Black people, or that I've met other Asian people that get me to see things in a different perspective. And it's all about being willing to learn. It's all about being willing to educate yourself. And what it's mostly about is it's more about looking at things and not being dismissive, and not pretending as though these things don't exist, or saying people need to stop talking about it. That's what makes it go away. No. As I've said many of times over and over again, when you have a tumor, you don't just ignore it, do you? Because if you ignore it, what's going to happen? Okay, it gets bigger, then it can get aggressive, it can cause cancer. You have to nip it in the bud by addressing it and taking chemo, doing what it is that you have to do. And it's the same thing with racism. It's the same thing with discrimination. It's the same thing with all of those things. You have to acknowledge it. If you don't acknowledge it and call people out and hold them accountable, like this nurse specifically, it just gets worse, you guys. Thank God that this nurse was called out. So now people know. People know this nurse now. People know what she's about. And the sad part about it is that she'll go somewhere else and continue to do the same thing. But I do hope that wherever it is that she goes, because she can't control it, she'll continue to be this way. Okay. So I do hope that wherever it is that she goes, that they call her out too. That's my biggest issue with it all. This nurse has gotten away with this for so long because people just ignored it and pretended like it didn't exist. And I thank God that this one woman was courageous enough to record her and say, you're not about to get away with treating me like this, and demand respect. I appreciate that. Hold on 1 second. I have to take a drink. My nose is all stuffy. Okay, I'm here. Hold on. Let me see. Sometimes I truly despise living in the South because racism is so bad down here. It wasn't like this at all when I lived up north. The good old boys, the good old boys run the South, and it's sick. Yeah, it is horrible. I've had some people saying that the South wasn't as bad as people made it seem. I'm not sure, obviously, is that true, Rian? Like, it's not as bad as people make it seem, or is it really that bad? But the South is where a lot of it started. That's so true. I'm so grateful that I wasn't raised in a racist home. Yes, Peg. You guys are awesome. I grew up in South Carolina. I don't know. I didn't know I was in a racist family until we moved to Colorado. I just thought my mom and I were weird from the rest of the family. Yeah, it took you actually having to move to see how you really did grow up around it. I get what you're saying. I'm so sorry, Deb. What matters is who you are now, though. You can't be responsible for how you were raised. Just what you do when you are grown. Absolutely. Isn't it strange how it works like that? Born in the North, moved to South, but never ever fit in. I had a few friends who were also from the North. My parents and grandparents taught me to care for everyone, no matter who they are or where they're from. That's amazing. Is my internet crapping out, or is this live buffering stop for anyone else? Did it stop for you, stranger? Oof, what did I just join? Yeah, I'm well aware of the racist undertones of my upbringing, but it just makes me try twice as hard to twice as hard to note what and how I speak. That's awesome, Carrie. I am lucky I grew up in a family that taught us that people are people and all people are to be respected. I did not know anyone else thought any different until I was a teenager. Yeah, and it's the reality of that can be very harsh too. It depends on where you go in the South, but it can be bad. Because most people were telling me that the South isn't as bad as people make it seem. It's bad in Texas, unfortunately. Is it, Victoria? No, it's really bad. Even Jared has noticed the difference when I go back home to Chicago to visit. Wow. I can't remember who said that. Somebody said it, though. They said that the South is not that bad. Huh. I'm glad you're being conscientious about it, Carrie. Absolutely. It's really that bad. They call the Civil War the War of Northern Aggression. Really? The further south you go, the worse it is, I think. Okay, because you know what? It was a creator who said this, and I think it was one of my favorite creators. His name is Troyce TV. I like watching him too because he keeps it real, but I don't always agree with everything that he says. But I remember him saying that the South is not as bad as everybody makes it seem to be. So, and he's Black, so I figured, okay, well, but he's never. I think he pretty much stated that he's never been. I think he's only been in one place in the South, and maybe that place wasn't as bad. You know what I mean? I didn't realize racism existed in my family until I dated a Black man. Sadly, we've been together. Sadly, we've been together for 35 years. Oh my gosh. I seen your Victoria. You guys make such a beautiful couple, and you are so gorgeous, Victoria. Like, he's very, very blessed to have you. I think it might be that the general populace is not bad, but the most races are the most vocal and sometimes more powerful. Yeah, I do know that my one friend told me, like, the Ku Klux Klan is very, very bad there. So yes, 35 years is amazing. Congratulations on that too, Victoria. That's a long time, girl. How did you do it? What do you do to keep like everything spicy and stuff? You gotta give us all the details of that. You gotta give us your advice. Oh shit. The KKK has some towns that they run down here. You should talk about that, Rianne. You should talk about that. I would love to be educated on that. It is that bad, Tia. Maybe not in Atlanta or wherever. Okay, so yeah, maybe he was talking about Atlanta because obviously I've heard I want to go to Atlanta. I do. I have family that lives in Atlanta. And I want to go there because they have like the best like hair there. And they have the best, like, they're so glamorous and they wear high heels and they have the best clothes. And, you know, a lot of trends come from Atlanta. So I would like to go there just to see the fashion and, you know, the hair and the makeup. And I do want to visit Atlanta very soon. What did you say, Victoria? Never go to bed angry. Never go to bed angry. That's, well, whatever with that. We're going to do a live stream and Victoria is going to give us like marriage advice. That's a good one though. Never go to bed angry. That makes sense because you don't want to go to bed all pissed off and mad, right? I mean, it's not always easy. It isn't because then you wake up pissed, right? And then it just drags on and it drags on and it drags on. I went to bed many times pissed off. And what happens is I just wake up more pissed than I was the day before. So that makes sense. If I go to bed when I'm mad, I'll just smother him with them. You want to do that sometimes though. You really do. Yes, I'll be sure to take notes or meeting minutes. Tia, how well do you drive? Atlanta is a hot mess. I don't drive, but my boyfriend drives and he's a good driver. Very good. He taught my oldest son to drive, and my oldest son is a very good driver too. So I think he would be good at driving in traffic in Atlanta. Italy is where the fashion is at. That's true. But I'm talking about like, you know, I think Italy is like obviously the, you know, what do you call them brands? Gucci and Prada and all that stuff. But Atlanta, I feel like is where like the hair trends come from and the makeup trends and stuff like that. So that's why I want to visit Atlanta. I heard everybody's like really glamorous there and stuff. And I am very glamorous myself. So I would just like to go to Atlanta. Then you'll be fine. Okay. Yes, girl, Atlanta's traffic is crazy. Okay, well then maybe I might not like it. Because I don't like being in a lot of traffic. I am narcoleptic and I sleep. And sleep is my coping mechanism. If I go to sleep angry, I wake up like it never happened. Well, see, you're lucky with that. That's awesome. That's awesome that when you go to sleep, you know, it's like, and that's the way it should be though, in a lot of ways. When you go to sleep, you're rejuvenating. Tomorrow's supposed to be a new day. You're not supposed to be mad from the day before. So I get why you say that, Victoria. Never go to bed angry. The food is good in Atlanta, right? That's what I heard too. That's another reason why I want to go to Atlanta. Yes, rest in peace, Takeoff. I'm gonna do a video about that too, you guys. Takeoff, like, he was amazing. Okay. He was starting to shine. even though the Migos had broken up as a group, him and Quavo did albums together, and it's so crazy because to me, Takeoff was the most talented out of the whole group. And I think what pisses me off the most about Takeoff and him losing his life is it was so pointless, which it happens so many times when it comes to rappers. I'm so sick of this happening. But another thing is he was the most laid back. He never got into drama. He kept to himself. He was just very, very laid back and, kind of lackadaisical, and didn't ever put himself out there. He was very private, and it sucks that he lost his life in such a tragic way. It pisses me off. It really does. They dress up there so glamorous. I admired the beautiful people, culture, and fashion when we lived there. Yes. In Italy, Victoria, I would love to go to Italy too. But you might be talking about Atlanta, Italy or Atlanta, but Italy, I mean, I could probably go there because that's where my boyfriend's parents, his mother's from. She's from Italy. So we'll probably go there one day. The food is good and I love it for our culture. Lots and lots of Black-owned businesses and opportunities. That's also another reason why I would love to go to Atlanta. That's amazing too. I love that. I love Takeoff. I love Takeoff. He could wake up and say something messed up like, you just need to stop tripping. Yes, for 4 glorious years. Wow, that's awesome that you lived in Italy. I'll tell you what, if I lived in Italy, I would probably gain a lot of weight. If I lived in Atlanta, I would probably gain a lot of weight because I know they have bomb-ass food in Atlanta, and I know they have bomb food in Italy because, hello, it's Italy. So, yeah. No. I don't know if I could do. I would probably gain so much weight. Yes, I would like to visit there though. I will definitely be visiting there for sure. Pasta, chicken parmesan. Oh my gosh, I gotta cook chicken parmesan tomorrow, you guys. That's what I'm gonna cook tomorrow. I'm gonna cook chicken parmesan. I think Atlanta, even though I have family there, is off my list of vacation options. Their politics are getting worse and worse. Well, see, the thing is with Atlanta, though, is they're going through a lot, especially with crime. And it's sad. It's very sad. Atlanta and Savannah have the best barbecue places. I bet. I don't eat pork, but I want some barbecue chicken. I just seen so many amazing restaurants just from this one YouTuber that I watch. I think her name is Ling Ling, and just all the places that she goes, the food, like it's just amazing. Maybe she was just visiting Atlanta, but I don't know. She was in Atlanta and she showed like all the restaurants she went to, and I was like, oh my gosh, everything looked absolutely amazing. Every restaurant she was going to. She had this one restaurant she went to, and it was not Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles, but it was another place, and they had all these different kind of chicken wings, right? And their chicken wings were like flavors that I've never heard of before. Like one flavor was like it was like a waffle flavor. It was just flavors that I never heard of before. And it was just amazing. And I've never been to Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles before. We don't have it here where I live. So I'm excited. I will definitely visit there one day. But yeah, it's getting bad as far as like, the crime is getting out of control in Atlanta for sure. And it's sad. even the crime rate, which I'll be talking about too, you guys, with Black women is really, really at an all-time high right now. And it always has been, but it's getting really, really out of control now. Like really, really bad. This was a good conversation. I'm really proud of the way this live stream went, and I'm really excited to see so many of you in here and willing to learn about different topics, and topics that you may have never heard of before. I'm sure some of you guys may have heard of Brit Barbie, but some of you guys haven't. I'm going to continue to cover her because I think it's going to be very interesting to watch when her album drops, to see how it goes, and it may go viral. In spite of what Mega Mouse says, Savannah is a great place to live. I wouldn't listen to her if she was the last person on earth because she's stupid. Sorry, it's just the truth. Everything about that woman is just disgustingly stupid. So I wouldn't listen to her. Yes, she has an album coming out, Stranger. I think it's more just that song. I don't think it's just like a whole album. I think she's dropping that song and it's going to be like verses in that song. So I'm interested to see how that whole thing turns out. So we are going to continue to talk about her and kind of follow her and see where this goes. You all make my day better. Today was a rough day. My son is a Marine and got hurt. I just found out today, so it's been a hard day. So I'm thankful for everyone. I'm so sorry to hear that, Selena, and we're thankful for you. I hope that he's okay. I hope that he's going to be okay. He will be in my prayers. I know that's hard because he's in the Marines, but we will be praying for you, and I'm sure he's going to be okay. We're sending you lots of hugs and love, and I'm praying that he's going to be okay, sweetheart. I'm sure he's going to be fine. But I'm glad that we made your day better, sweetie. That means a lot. We're going to continue to keep track of him and of her, sorry, and where this whole thing is going. And if you guys see anything, if you're on TikTok or whatever, if you see anything that you see that that you want to tell me about, don't hesitate to come to me. You can send me an email, whatever. But I'm interested to see where this is going to go with her, because it's not going to be an album, you guys. It's just going to be, that song, period. Period. It's going to be that song that she's going to be coming up with. I think she may have even been signed, you guys. So, my God. So I will keep you guys updated on that. And then also I will keep you guys updated on the nurse, but from what I see, she got fired, but she's still a contract. So basically she's working with temp agencies. In my opinion, she shouldn't have a license after that, but it's whatever. We'll see what happens. I'm very, very blessed to have each and every one of you. You guys are amazing. Tomorrow we will be continuing with the Ken and Barbie, the last part of the story. We'll be continuing with that. And then Friday or Saturday, either or, we will be talking about the tragedy pimps. So just to let you guys know. And then for the next true crime, I have an interesting story that I want to talk about as well. So we have a busy schedule. I have a busy schedule that I hope you guys will all be here for. Yeah, we're going to be talking about the rest of the case on True Crime Thursdays. And then Friday, there's some things I want to cover with the tragedy pimps. I just call them the tragedy pimps because that's what the fuck they are. The tragedy pimps. And so on and so on. Tia, are you in the Midwest? Also, I might have a case suggestion for you. Absolutely, you can email me. I am in Ohio. So what is that? North? or I think it is, is enjoying the live with clips and guac like a classy lady. Oh, that sounds good. I'm going to go make some French fries because I love French fries. You guys are absolutely amazing. Also, I know a lot of you guys have talked about AWP and you want me to talk about it, which I absolutely will be talking about it, but Rianne also talked about it as well. So I will put her channel in the description so you guys can check that out because she read the emails from I'm not really sure. I think it's AWP's. His name is Jared. She read those emails that he had with that girl. So definitely check out that in my description as well because she did cover it. Fries with ranch or yummy. Yes, they are. I actually like plain fries, but I do dip them in ranch sometimes. Now I get to dream about period. That song is so stupid. Only thing that's catchy is the beat. Period. 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 Oh my God. Lord Jesus. Give us all the strength. Okay. Thank you, Tien. I'm going to be saying period. You guys, sing that to your kids. Like when they start mouthing off to you and you say something to them, be like, period. Period. Oh my gosh. It's crazy. It's freaking crazy. Go on TikTok and just listen to some of her like videos. Not videos, but a lot of her TikToks, okay, you guys, go back. All you got to do is go back. I'm telling you, she sounds completely different. No nails, no nothing. And yes, she may be young and she's trying to find herself and all that kind of stuff. I get it. I get it. However, I just don't feel like she is as young as she looks. Just because she has a baby face and she looks young doesn't mean that she is. You know, we don't even know. She could have kids, for goodness sakes, you know, like she could be married. We don't know. So all I'm saying is it's very important to not try to like give her too much of the benefit of the doubt because I truly feel like this girl knows exactly what she's doing. I really do. And even though she may be young, and I'm taking that into consideration, she may be young, but guess what? It doesn't matter. Because at the end of the day, you know what you're doing. You know exactly what you're doing. Are you talking about the Brit Barbie still? If so, sadly, I got her as. If so, sadly, I got her as TikTok fan. So you are a fan of hers, Mike Talk Show? Is that what you're saying? Yes, we did talk about her. We did talk about her in the beginning. So you can go ahead and rewind it if you want to. But yes, I talked about her and I do have a problem with what she's doing, but in the same sense, I understand that she's young. I think people just need to start paying closer attention to the people that you choose to support. Next time my daughter act up, I'm gonna hit her with them bars like ice. You know, you just tell your kids you better stop. Period. Period. Tell them to stop. Period. Okay. Period. So Just understand that I hope that she, through this journey of her going viral and making a little bit of an album, whatever it is that she's doing, I hope that she learns how to be herself and understands clearly that being and trying to act like someone else or a perpetuated stereotype is not going to get you anywhere. It might get you somewhere temporarily, but in the end, you are going to be very regretful that you chose to act a certain way, because you can't pretend to be someone else forever. Eventually, that shit's going to blow up in your face, right? So I hope that that's what eventually happens for her. I hope that she realizes and understands that acting like this is absolutely ridiculous, and to capitalize off of perpetuating a stereotype is why you're proof that all you have to do is act a certain way and act like a perpetuated stereotype, and you're going to get to where you want to be. You know what I mean? I don't like it. I'm not for it. I'm not rocking with it. And I'll tell you what, right now, I will literally hope and pray that she chooses to just be herself. I really hope, because there are so many people that are speaking up and speaking to her saying that you need to stop. Like this one girl on TikTok, she's clearly Black. Okay. She's clearly Black. And in my opinion, I think, and just like my boyfriend said, I think this young lady is just trying to go viral, but she is saying that she is a white woman. Hold on, I'll show you guys before I end this. I just got to let you guys see this. 1 second. Damn it, I can't freaking find it. But you guys would probably be in shock anyway. when I do show it to you guys, because it just doesn't make any sense, you guys. I don't understand why people do the things that they do, and I personally think that she's doing it to purposely go viral. But it's like, how far do people go to go viral, and why do people go this far to go viral? Like, I understand everybody wants to be, whatever. Everybody wants to be famous. Everybody wants, like, I'm so sick and tired of this whole, famous social media, famous TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, wanting to be famous bullshit. But it's like, at what point is enough enough? Like, when do you stop? People will just go so freaking far. And this girl is gone far. Like, she literally is clearly black, but oh my God, it's so stupid. Like that one girl on what show was she on? Dr. Phil. And it was the one black girl that was on Dr. Phil. And she was sitting there saying, she was a white person, even though she was clearly black. And it's like, come on now. Like, how many times are we going to oh my God. But this girl, literally, I promise you, she knows. Like, she's just saying this to get TikTok famous, and it's working. Okay. And I say, quit watching her. Don't watch this girl. Do not give her the satisfaction of going viral, because it's an absolutely ridiculous thing to go viral on. To sit here clearly as a black woman and denying the fact that you're a black woman and saying, oh, when I get to 100,000 subscribers, that's when I'll show you guys my birth certificate. The fuck? And people are literally giving into it and saying, oh, okay, well, let's get her to 1,000 or 100,000 so she can show us that she is not black, even though it's clear that she is. It's just ridiculous. It is. It's just absolutely ridiculous. Let me see if I can find this real quick. Like, you'd think she'd be the first person to come up here. I don't know. I can't find it. I know I didn't follow her or anything, because that would be embarrassing for me to do. That's exactly what she wants. So I did not follow her. So obviously, if I don't follow her, it's harder to find. But maybe I'll make a video out of it. Hold on. Of course, I wouldn't be able to find the damn shit now that I'm fucking looking for it. Hold on, I'm typing it in, you guys. TikTok is so freaking huge. You can't find shit on here because it's so like, and that's what pisses me off. Everybody wants to be viral on TikTok and they'll do whatever whatever it takes to go viral. Like, it's absolutely ridiculous. All I see is the Dr. Phil girl, but she's on here. She's on here somewhere. Hold on, I'm not reading your comments yet because I'm looking for it and I can't see my comments right now. But if I find it, I will make a damn video about it because it's absolutely ridiculous and people will absolutely do everything to be social media famous, and it's pretty sick. It really is. Hold on. Sorry, you guys. There's just so many crazy things on the internet. Especially TikTok. If you don't watch TikTok, start watching it. I'm telling you, it's cray cray. It really, really is. Hold on. Maybe they removed her account. Maybe they had her account removed because it does look very visibly obvious that she's trolling people, and she literally took this cute little baby from Twitter, and obviously she's a white baby, and said this was me when I was younger, and it clearly wasn't her. She just Googled and everybody found that out. So maybe she's no longer on TikTok. I don't think she is. I think they probably got her account removed because literally, you guys, I would have found it by now. I would have found the shit. And I have not seen it even when I typed the shit in. So I don't think it's there anymore. TikTok's moral compass. TikTok lacks moral compass, but it's a blast for the morbid humor types. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of shit that I see on TikTok that I absolutely think is so cute. Like, there's this one family, actually, the young lady of this family looks like Rihanna. The mother looks just like Rihanna with blonde hair. And this family is so freaking adorable. The most cutest family, the cutest family I've ever seen. And I love this family so much. They make me cry when I watch them because what this young lady, she was at the age of like 23, 24 years old, she chose to adopt, and she adopted this gorgeous little boy. He's black, but she adopted this little boy. He's black. And then ended up meeting someone and got pregnant. So the two brothers are probably like, I don't know, maybe a year apart, and they not even a year apart, and they are so cute together. It is the most adorable thing. You will see some very positive things on TikTok, and that's what I enjoy watching, the positive things. I don't enjoy watching all of this stupid shit that people are absolutely doing it to get clout. Like there's this one lady on TikTok. Let me tell you guys, yeah, please get her removed. That's who needs to be fucking removed. There's this one girl on TikTok. Her lips are so freaking huge. Okay. You can tell that she probably had like a lot of work done. And her lips are so like, it's ridiculous. I try not to go into that whole thing of watching the ridiculous things of people doing ridiculous shit just to go viral. I try to watch the positive things, and that's normally what I watch. Like, people who are married when they do their little skits, and it's so cute. Yeah, I'm not watching the stupid shit, but I just happened to come across this young girl's TikTok and was like, are you freaking serious, girl? Like, she's literally clearly black, but stating that she's white. And it's just stop. Okay. But then again, what the hell, what can you do? Right? Like, you want to claim to be something that you're not? Go ahead. Who are we to tell her that she's not? But do not, I repeat, do not sit there and try to go viral off the shit. Okay? Don't do that, because that's what pisses me off about her. Aw, like, you'll find some really cute stuff on here though. Then you'll find some really crazy stuff. Like sometimes when you watch Britney Spears, you come up on one of her and it's like, oh my God, like, girl. But, or when you watch oh my gosh, when those, you guys know, like the pimple popping people where they suck the stuff out of the pimples and it's so freaking disgusting. Like, I don't know who wants to watch that, but people watch that shit. One day we'll just have a day where we just go on TikTok and watch crazy shit, and you'll see what the hell I'm talking about. All the shit that pops up on your algorithm, and you'll see. Ew, no pimple. Yes, people actually do but there are people who like that. They think it's relaxing. I think it's absolutely disgusting, and I cannot watch it. I don't know how people watch that. Oh my gosh. You guys are silly. But I've had you guys on here long enough. I love you guys to pieces. Thank you so much for taking the time to just hang out with me and talk about these important issues, because obviously these types of things are important. It's important to address these types of things and call it out. I appreciate you guys listening to what I have to say. It means a lot. I can watch it. I love Pimple Popper. Oh my God, I cannot. I gotta admit, I kind of like, the eyebrow plucking one. Okay, I can watch the eyebrow plucking. Hey, Commander, it's good to see you. I can watch the eyebrow plucking. I will not watch pimple popping. The disgusting stuff that comes out of that. Oh my God. You sent it to me? Where'd you send it to me? Hold on, let me look. The disgusting stuff that comes out of pimples, people can watch. Sorry, I cannot. Like, I don't understand how people watch that. But some people say that it's very relaxing. I like ASMR. Like, I watch ASMR. The whispering and all that stuff, but I cannot watch pimple popping. I'm sorry. Like, it's not my vibe. Just to watch that disgusting. It's disgusting. You guys, really? Okay, thank you. I've seen this one. Yes, either roll. I've seen this one. There's another girl on TikTok who's even worse than this one. Okay. And if I find her, maybe I'll show it to you guys tomorrow after the true crime thing. But there's another young lady on TikTok that's even worse than this young girl. Okay. If I can find her, I'll let you know. But she is literally, she's new on TikTok and she's trying to go viral off of saying, oh my gosh, I'm trying to even find it now, but I can't find it. But if I do find it, I will let you know. Like literally, you guys, go to Madonna's TikTok. Go to Madonna. See the shit that she puts on TikTok. It's crazy. Like TikTok, I don't know what people think. You go on TikTok and act a hot mess. Go ahead and go on TikTok and act a hot mess if you want to. Like even oh my God. This girl's, oh my God. This girl is eating a raw eel. This is ridiculous. Like, I'm telling you, I cannot with TikTok when it comes to certain things. I just literally just keep scrolling through the shit because, but go to, when you go on TikTok, go to Madonna's TikTok. You would literally be like, you cannot be serious. Madonna is having some type of issue with becoming older. Okay? She does not want to be an older woman. Madonna is having some really huge problems with that. It's very sad for her. But if you watch her, you would be like, "Oh my gosh, Madonna, what happened?" She's I sleep with my Spotify on and an earbud with morbid or inhuman or seriously mysterious crime podcast playing. It relaxes me. I like true crime. I like listening to that too. Madonna is literally the same age as my mom, same date of birth to the year. I can't imagine my mom doing what she does. Oh my gosh, it's crazy. If you guys just go look at Madonna's TikTok, if you haven't, check it out. Check it out. Thank you for sending that to me, Either Row. I'm going to do a video about this specific girl, and then maybe I'll talk about this because everybody knows about her, but there's another girl too who's even worse. But I do autopsies and dissect tissue for a living, and I can't stand the pimple popper stuff, but my husband loves it. I cannot. Oh my gosh, I can't believe people like the pimple popping. It's so disgusting. Have you seen Stacey Dash cry about DMX and rap? I have not. I don't very much care for Stacey Dash. Such a beautiful girl, and she literally ruined her whole career, but I will check it out. She ruined her face with out of control plastic surgery. You guys. Now see, I would, maybe there's a way that I can mute it. Let me see here. Oh God, people on TikTok, man, can you just stop? Let me turn it down. Hold on. I'm not even about to sorry you guys if you couldn't hear me. I'm not even about to play anything. Look at Madonna. Look at her. What has she done to herself? She didn't even have to do these things to herself. Like, let's see this one.
I would like to apologize.
No, no music. But look at her. I'm not trying to get copyright because I don't feel like going through that shit. But what in the hell?
Em, what have you been listening to lately?
Finally, enough love.
Look at even some of the comments, you guys. Like, look at some of the comments that people put. This person put, sometimes you need to know when the party is over. Somebody else put, why do I feel embarrassed for her? Reminds me of Britney Spears' video. Like, she's living her best life. Yeah, live your best life, but you don't necessarily have to put that out there like that. Like, she's literally, I don't know. I always liked Madonna. I really have, but I don't like the way she's acting now. I know there's this huge stereotype of when you get older, you should be settling down, blah, 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 blah. I'm not saying that she has to do that, but you don't have to act as crazy as you do on TikTok. Do it in the privacy of your own damn home. Like, it's just ridiculous to me. And it's embarrassing because you can tell that she's just desperate to be young. It just strikes me as very desperate. That's all. It doesn't strike me as she really is. Like, she probably is living her best life. I mean, she's, but it almost strikes me as if she's trying too hard to be this young Madonna. And it's like, you're not young anymore, sweetheart. Embrace. Like, even Cher looks better than her. Cher looks better than her. And Cher is like, they're close in age, those two. And Cher looks better than her because Cher gets plastic surgery. She doesn't just, I don't know, she gets it in a more elegant way. I don't know how to, she doesn't look like this. Like, Cher does not look like she's trying this hard like her. Like, Cher does plastic surgery in moderation. Like, she doesn't just get all this plastic surgery. Like, her plastic surgery actually looks realistic. If you didn't know Cher, you probably wouldn't know she's gotten that much plastic surgery and that she made her face that way. Then you have Madonna, where it's like, it's all forced. Yeah, it's like, it's cringe for me. I feel like embarrassment for her because you can tell she's having a hard time getting older. You know what I mean? Which we all do. Nobody wants to get older, but just embrace it. Embrace your beauty. Embrace every wrinkle. And it's like she's trying to erase it all. And it looks bad. It looks really bad. And I'm sure people have told her, probably not. Probably not, because people enable women like her. They're not going to ever tell her the truth, but I wish somebody would. Maybe she should consider reading the comments because she just looks bad. Whose man? Cher's? I heard Cher has a very, very good looking man. Good for her, because Cher looks good. Cher does. She looks way better than Madonna. And it's crazy to me. Madonna thinks she looks good, but she looks a hot mess. Sorry, it's just the truth. I love me some Madonna, but she got to stop with the plastic surgery. She's almost becoming unrecognizable. Yeah, Cher is older. Exactly. Cher is older. I thought so. I thought they were close in age or Cher was older. Cher looks way better than Madonna. And that's sad. That's sad. All right, you guys. I love you. We've been on here for a while. I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your night. I hope to see you guys tomorrow for the ending of the Ken and Barbie murders. It's going to be very interesting. So I hope to see you guys there. You guys are absolutely amazing. And you always make my night so much better. I hope you guys enjoy this conversation. Thank you for being open-minded. Cher does not look 76. Cher looks bomb. Cher looks absolutely amazing. Love you too, Deb. I love you guys. I will see you guys tomorrow. I don't know when we'll be doing a members only live, but it will be probably within the next, maybe sometime this weekend. I want to do a members only live because I want to be able to do commentary on one of the Tragedy Pimps live streams without having to worry about, the strikes or anything like that. So probably this weekend we'll do a members only live. And thank you for being amazing. Thank you for being open-minded. And leave me, any replay watchers, leave me down in the comments below. Let me know if you've ever heard of Brit Barbie or if you've heard of this nurse situation and what you think. Keep it respectful, because we keep it classy over here. Thank you so much, you guys, for participating, interacting with me, and for being so open-minded and wanting to hear what I have to say. It truly, genuinely means a lot, and I love you guys for that. Thank you so much for being here, and I will see you guys. Don't forget to check the description for different people that I mentioned today, including Rianne, especially if you want to know about the AWP. I'll cover it one day, but Rianne has covered it as well. So make sure you guys check her out. It'll be in the description, and I love you guys. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Deuces. Love y'all. Bye.
I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I got eyes in the back of my head, I'm seeing. Take me for granted and you know I'm leaving. I'ma take what's mine with the webs I'm weaving. I could take this crowd from seeing to believing. Got a taste for blood and my tongue keeps bleeding from the words I spit. So sharp, so freezing, so cold.